2429. If you come across any major traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477.
This report is sponsored by Capital One Bank. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts, and Mon cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Get ready for the ultimate freestyle experience. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. For the first time ever, Monster Jam trucks team up with freestyle motocross bikes to deliver gravity-defying skills and thrills. See one-of-a-kind FMX bikes designed to match your favorite iconic Monster Jam trucks. Cheer on your favorite team. 2 times the freestyle action. Full sand family fun. Coming to Kia Center August 8th and 9th. Brought to you by BKD Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers. Tickets on sale now.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we make mattress shopping easy. We offer our lowest and best price to everyone, every day, so you can shop when you're ready. We show you exactly what's inside of our mattresses so you can see and feel the quality for yourself to ensure you're getting the best value. And we offer a no-pressure shopping experience. Our team is here to help you find the best mattress for you. It's that easy. Visit an OMF location today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
25 weeks comes down to this. 3 wide under the lights. 0 margin for error. Everything on the line. Flirting with 200 miles per hour in the place where this journey began. Race 26, the final hunt for a spot in the chase. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 weekend at Daytona, August 28th through 29th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, office, Winter Park.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Our job as the local diamond experts at IDC is to help you find an exceptional diamond at an exceptional value.
That's Brian Stamey at International Diamond Center talking about IDC's commitment to protect the consumer with trusted guidance, full transparency, and fair pricing. That's never been more important than right now with the advent of lab-grown diamonds. Are you shopping for a lab-grown diamond or just want to learn how they're different from natural diamonds? Come to IDC to get the facts.
It's the consumer's choice. We're not pushing one direction or the other.
That's why IDC now has a huge selection both in natural and lab-grown.
Lab or natural, we don't want our customers to feel like they have to go somewhere else to find a piece of jewelry or to select a diamond.
So come to IDC and learn and compare. And whatever diamond you choose, IDC will set it in a spectacular designer mounting to create the perfect ring that matches her style, taste, and personality.
Our job is to help you create the ring that you are proud to give and that she's ecstatic to receive.
International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil, one simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Monday, July 27th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from big drama in the neighborhood to a woman is murdered after posting a viral video, and how millions of people watch the Odyssey online for free. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Late is here.
Hello.
So are you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not good. No.
Oh, wow, really?
Shut this Monday down. Shut it down right now.
Oh, wow. I don't know if you've started with that much doom and gloom ever in the history of the show.
I just told Angel that if I had a different job, I would have left already today.
What the hell is happening?
And I think you would have too.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yes.
So you usually start with at least like, oh, not so great. But you went straight into like, you would like to leave the show right now. This is how bad things are going.
If it were a different job, I would have said, maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll try again tomorrow.
Wait. Can I stop and try to turn things around for you?
Yes.
Barbecue Baby says, nice shirt, C-Lane.
Thank you.
So like a little
Thank
good
you.
with the
I'm
back.
glad you can't see the back of it.
Oh no, what's on the back of it? Is that part of the problem?
Yes.
What happened? What's going on?
So, on days like this where it's just you and me, sometimes I try to take care of some things before the show so I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off, late to break, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I went to the bathroom before the show trying to, take care of that.
Yeah.
And the one that I usually use, it's clogged. And somebody else has had their way with this bathroom. So I had to use one of the shorter ones.
All right.
And they have the little signs everywhere that says, please, flush the toilet often so it doesn't get clogged like the other one did. And I'm sitting on this really short little toilet, and I flushed it, and water shot into the air like a fountain all over my back.
Like a bidet?
No, it shot like from behind me. Like as soon as the toilet flushed, I just felt water shooting at my back. And so I'm like, what the hell? And I stand up and I turn around, and it is shooting. There's a leak in the pipe that is like a fountain in the air.
Let me see. Turn around.
Just cascading water everywhere. I don't know that you'll be able to see it with the thing because. But my back is all wet.
Yeah. It's feces all over there.
I hope it better not be feces.
It's clear.
It could be the cleanest water in the world, Sean. But when a toilet just erupts all over you, that's a sign to go. All right, maybe tomorrow.
Did somebody like Bart Simpson you with a firecracker in the toilet before you?
Who would have done it? One of the morning shows.
I don't know. I don't trust anybody right now. If you have to leave, you have to leave.
I'm here for the long run, but needless to say, I just sat in the booth very uncomfortable.
Folks, look, just a little extra love for C-Lane today might be nice.
I don't have to dry off at work often.
Hailfire says C-Lane had a poop shower. That's not a great way to start your day, so be gentle on him today.
I had a regular shower this morning, and now I need another one.
Some other theories emerging. Ryan says maybe the toilet was disgusted of what C-Lane had just done to it. Could be that.
If that was possible, it would have happened to me long, long ago.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to some neighbor drama. These folks filmed their nightmare neighbor. And I can't even offer up an explanation of what's happening at this neighbor's house. But they had to film it because all day long their neighbor just makes these banging noises. Imagine living next to this person. Shared living at its worst. That's the neighbor. What even does that?
Is it an animal?
Oh, it's shaking a little bit, too, because I also saw there was like a power cord on the ground shaking. The only thing I could think of, and this may be a really stupid answer, But is it possible maybe a neighbor here is a jump roper, and they got a jump rope, and they're doing it, they're jump roping in their apartment or something, and that's causing it here? I don't know. I
feel like I've been the bad neighbor like this before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the source of the noise that you were making?
Well, when I was, in middle school and high school, and I played percussion, I would practice on a pad.
Oh, that's annoying.
But the pad would be like on the side of the couch, and it would,
hit the
rumble.
wall?
No, rumble down into the floor.
Oh.
And a couple times when I'd be practicing on my drum pad, I would hear like the guy that lives underneath me like smacking the ceiling with a broom.
You know what you should have done? You should have said, I'm so sorry. I will use a real drum instead. I will use an actual drum right now. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's happening. Somebody says sex? What kind of... That's... Maybe. All day, all night long in their apartment.
Turn off the speaker right by his side at 2 events here at the White House.
I wouldn't have that kind of stamina.
Still going.
See, like, that little I can't even drop things in my own apartment, and dropping things is human.
It's true. She's right about it. Dropping things is human. She can't even drop things in her own apartment without hearing all sorts of noises coming from the neighbors. I did stay at a place one time where it was like a really crappy apartment, and it was a 3-story apartment, and there was somebody on the floor above us in the unit above us, and the woman would wake up at like maybe 5 o'clock in the morning and put on high heels. And then she'd be scurrying around her apartment in the high heels. And you'd hear like the sticks of the high heels walking around all over on top of you. Shared living, not for me anymore, folks. You guys have probably been through this. You've probably had something way worse than this.
Yeah. Even. The apartment where I did the drum practice thing and I had to be like kind of told to shut up by my neighbor was the same apartment where some young girl on the other side of the wall, I assume, just spent a whole day listening to Genie in the Bottle over and over
Repeat.
and over and over
Repeat.
and over. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, it gets pretty bad. I'll give you another example of this going on in just a second, some more neighborhood drama. But we have to stop to crown our victor for last week's Rate My Blank.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to say it was such a great entry. It was absolutely my favorite one. We both agreed on this right off the jump. Man kicking, the guy who drove to Brandon, Iowa.
It's such a funny picture.
To put a magnet or a magnet collection, the News Junkie magnets, on the biggest frying pan in the world. You are the winner of last week's Rate My Blank. I'll tell you what this week's Rate My Blank is, but here it was.
Weird spots for your magnets to be, and I got it for you. Iowa's largest frying pan.
Not even the world's largest frying pan. Iowa's largest frying pan.
It's large, though.
And if any of you are interested, I'm going to be leaving one of the magnets on the handle and another magnet on the back side of the frying pan.
And he did. Great collection. Thank you so much. What an amazing entry. You are a winner for Rate My Blank. Go ahead and email me at tips@thenewsjunkie.com, man kicking, and we'll get you all set up with some great prizes for your victory. But a new week means a new week of Rate My Blank entries. And here's what I got for you this week, C-Lane, okay? It's going to make us feel good about ourselves, okay? You guys got to deliver on this. No fake nonsense, nothing like that. These have got to be real. Here's what I want for this week, the Rate My Blank contest that you could take part in and win, just like Man Kicking did, is Rate My Mess. And I want to see if your bedroom is a disaster, if your office, if your workspace. I want to see the biggest, messiest place that you guys are occupying.
I like the call to action here because you have to be a little self-revealing if you have a really good mess. Like if you have a really good mess.
I want to see some hoarder-esque people here, and I want to see just how bad it's gotten. It's Rate My Mess for this week. So however you've got a situation set up, work, whatever it is, maybe your car, that can work too. If your car is filthy and just absolutely full of stuff, don't say no shaming. There's probably going to be a little shaming. There's going to be a tiny bit of shaming, all right?
How could there not be shaming?
There's going to be a little bit of shaming here in the process, but Rate My Mess, whether it's your filthy car, whether it's your filthy office, your room is disgusting, whatever it is, I want to see what you've got for us on this week for Rate My Blank. It's Rate My Mess all week long. Let us know what you think. All right, man, do we have a million different things to get into? Let me move this over here. Speaking of millions, 1 million or more people, possibly up to 2 million people, got to watch the Odyssey this weekend on quite a screen, whichever one they wanted to, really, because somebody leaked the entire movie over on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, but they posted that out there, and people, like 2 million people, watched this pirated copy of the Odyssey on X before it was knocked down in 2.5 hours, which also sucks because doesn't that mean the people didn't really finish it if they got it down with it?
It might.
They're like, you had to start it right away when it was leaked. You had to hit play right the moment that pirated copy hit X.com to make sure you got to the end 2.5 hours later when the account was suspended. I don't know where they got this. They said it was a really good quality, like HD level quality of the Odyssey, but it was out there. Some of you may have seen this. Let us know if you did. Over at the box office this weekend, despite that, the Odyssey made another $87 million, bringing the domestic total to $286 million, and international way beyond that. Moana, number 2 with a $10 million weekend at the box office. Toy Story with another $10 million. And they're on with the rest. Minions and Monsters and Hadestown. I still don't know anything about that one.
Hadestown, buddy. Hadestown.
What's Hadestown?
It's a Broadway musical.
Oh, that's why I don't know what it is. Is it a Broadway thing?
Yeah.
Is it like La La Land or something? They're singing along.
I mean, it's a musical. I don't remember La La Land. I don't know that I watched the whole thing. But Hadestown is the one that I went to see last time we were in New York. I had never been to a real Broadway show, and so Ashley got us tickets to Hadestown. And we went into this theater, and I sat down, and it was the smallest seat in the world. And I felt really bad, and I was spilling over the seat into this gay couple next to us that did not want to be there.
Shocking. Even the gay couple didn't want to be at this place.
They seemed like they were having a little domestic argument. There was trouble in paradise.
Well, Hadestown rounding out the top 5 there. A couple of emails coming in real quick. Mark emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and he says, hey, so I know you're a family friend. Wait, what? And we must have run across each other at Happy Days or Spanky's back in the day for punk rock shows. I'm in Orlando for the weekend, and we have hit all the Michelin star-rated restaurants on Disney property. I was wondering what you consider to be high-end or something you particularly like a lot that you could recommend to me. I truly appreciate it. It says Mark. He says, I'm friends with your uncle and your cousin. And then he tells me to text him, or maybe C-Lane has recommendations. I mean, we've done this a million times on the show. I will tell you, if anybody is, no matter where you're listening to the show, if you're coming into Orlando, what I got to do is I got to make a list. I got to make a list for us on the website so we can just share this every time somebody asks.
Weird that you have a list for New Orleans, but not a list for Orlando.
I know, because people ask me about New Orleans more, strangely enough. But, I'll work that up, and the next time we'll get to you. Oh, God, I'm seeing some of these Rate My Mess dispatches coming in already. There's some good stuff already here. Tina emails the show. Hey, guys, I don't know if you remember when you had the story about the old woman in West Virginia and the new Taco Bell. I sent a dispatch about a new Arby's in the little town I was living in, also in West Virginia. Well, they had that steak and cheese last year when I went back to visit my dad. Needless to say, the guy in the video was spot on. I couldn't finish the first bite either. I would rather starve, says Tina. Was it really that bad? And the last one for now to get us kicked off. This is a humdinger here. Anonymous emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hi, junkies. Please keep me anonymous. After hearing you guys talk about crazy neighbors on last week's show, I figured I'd share my own experience. Maybe it's the spider curse, or maybe I just hit the jackpot when it comes to terrible neighbors. My next door neighbor was genuinely unstable. She lived alone in a 3-bedroom house with 5 cats and 2 dogs. The place was so bad that if she opened her front door, you can smell the cat urine from my front door. She'd also been in at least 2 car accidents, and her wrecked car sat halfway in and halfway out of the garage with the windows down and the garage door open for about 3 months. One day she told me she met somebody online in Hawaii and was selling everything to move there. I never asked about her personal life or tried to interact with her. She would just come over and talk to me. At one point, she asked if I would mow her lawn. I figured I was doing something nice, so I agreed to do it for $45. I mowed it, and then nothing. 2 months went by without payment. Out of nowhere, she came over and handed my girlfriend $95 and said, "This is for Davis mowing the lawn."
$95.
The very next, he also just made himself less anonymous by anonymous. What are you doing to me here? The very next day, a moving truck showed up and packed all of her belongings. The day after that, a junk removal crew came and cleaned out everything that was left. Then I met the new owner. I introduced myself, and he told me the house had officially closed and the crazy lady was gone for good. But not exactly, he said. She started showing up every day to pick up her mail, which seems strange since she already sold the house. And this past weekend, everything went off the rails. Sometime overnight, she grabbed 5 quarts of used motor oil that I kept beside my trash cans. She poured it all over the gas tank area of my work truck and then dumped the rest all over the driveway of the house we just sold. And he shows the driveway is covered in motor oil from this crazy lady who ended up dropping it all over his driveway. And they said, we're talking thick black sludge everywhere. As if that wasn't enough, she took a screwdriver to the rear window trim on my girlfriend's vehicle and pried the molding off. By the time it was all over, she had caused more than $3,500 in damage. I spent my entire weekend taking both vehicles apart, cleaning the oil off everything, and fixing what she destroyed. The only bright side is all my neighbors came together to help, and after tearing my truck apart to clean everything up, I gave it a much-needed tune-up, so I guess there's a silver lining. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Jesus, man.
This is going to sound like a dumb question, but I don't actually know the answer.
All right. Okay.
When you say you gave your car a tune-up.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? He gave his car a tune-up. He changed the spark plugs.
Okay.
He did an oil change.
Right.
Maybe changed the distributor. Possibly. He maybe did that.
There's not a distributor.
Yes, there is a distributor cap on the car. You change that when you change the spark plugs. You have never been poor enough to have to do your own car work, huh?
I have done my own car work. I've done plenty of car work. But I've never been like, I just tuned it up. I tuned up my car. Yeah. My car's tuned up now.
You say I gave my car a tune-up. It's totally normal.
Okay. I know that it's normal. I'm not saying that I think that's a fake thing to say. I just want to know what is in the tune-up.
I just
told oil change. Good. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Spark plugs, oil change, distributor cap, air filters. Yeah, people are about air filters. Yeah, It's another one.
So basically all the stuff that they do or at least try to sell me on when I change my oil, that's a tune-up. All right.
Yeah, every time. Cool. They get you with that. They bring out that filter and they go, oh, Mr. Lane. Quick break. When we come back, there is something absolutely wild going on that could change the NFL season for all of you in a very big way, but it's not getting a lot of discussion yet. We'll get to that. We got another data center in the news. We got this woman in the viral video who was killed by her husband. It's a crazy story. A million more stories on the way, and what's going to be a fun show here for you on a Monday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still looking at slow traffic in the usual spots eastbound on I-4 for those traveling between 192 and Central Florida Parkway, as well as between Champions Gate Boulevard and World Drive. Traffic is moving well right now for those who need to travel north and southbound up and down Florida's Turnpike. If you happen to see any major traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Here we are on a Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? I cannot believe Sealand doesn't know what a tune-up is. I cannot believe it. Modern vehicles do not have a distributor. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. All right, lots of you already joining in on our Rate My Blank for the week, which, as you heard, is Rate My Mess. So I want to see your room, your workspace, your home office, anything like your car, just in the worst of conditions. It could pay off for you this week. It could be you could get a great prize for it. It's already a mess. We're not making it more of a mess. Sean, you use leaded gas, right? Well, no. What century are you in? I use leaded gas? Hasn't gas been unleaded since like the 60s and 70s? Hey, Aventasora. Hey, Abraham, Dragon Friend. Simply Jeremy. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in on a Monday. All right, here's how we're going to start things off today. I don't usually do this, but I want to start doing this at the beginning of the show. What is the story that you think, chat, is the biggest story of the day? All right? What is the story that you think is the biggest story of the day? That way I'll see what's on your radar just in case there's anything I don't have over here to talk about today. What is the story that you think is the biggest story of the day? I want to start doing that at the beginning of the show so we can get a vibe on where you're at. Of course, we're going to talk about this shooting in Seattle, somebody who warned about the security beforehand. We had this attack over in Germany. We might bring that up at some point in time. We had the people in Seattle that base jumped from the Space Needle, which was crazy. I had a lot of different stuff like that. Maybe we can get Sean to donate towards the live draft. The live draft of what? You know this is going to be a shame-off hoarder segment? Maybe. Here's the thing. Whether you send in the photo or not, your room, your car, it's still just as dirty. We're not making it any dirtier by having you send a photograph over. All right? We're not doing anything. Any significant Comic-Con news? Whoops. Not Comic-Con. Comic-Con. Any significant Comic-Con news? There was a couple of things that we have, that we'll go over at some point in time. France wildfires, somebody says. I did see that out there. The interesting thing about that has been the efforts that the French are taking to put out the wildfires. These big planes that they use that scoop up water. They like dunk them into the water as they're flying, and it scoops them up by suctioning in the water from these lakes, and then they release it over the fires. It's crazy. Known terrorist, light judge sentencing, back on the street, does the same thing. No surprise. You talk about the Germany, right? The Germany situation. The attack in Germany, for those of you who don't know, is at some pride parade, and some nut job radical Islamist guy took his car on a day that he was supposed to be doing his anti-radicalization classes, mandated by the German government. If he just goes to the anti-radicalization classes, he'll be good. That'll fix him. That'll do it. And so on the day he was supposed to go to his third anti-radicalization class, he instead gets behind the wheel of his car and plows into a pride parade. And the most cringe shit that followed afterwards was a lot of these German people, not a lot, some German people started coming up and saying like, I wish it had been some like white Christian, or, I wish it wasn't a Muslim that did this. And we want to make sure that this doesn't impact the Muslim culture and whole. It's like, what are you doing? Like the person who plowed into your peeps did it for whatever reason they did it for, and they are whatever they are. The idea that like you don't like the facts of the case is really weird. Like whoever did it, and that person should be blamed for doing it. It's so weird to run interference on that. Like, I wish it was somebody that we actually don't like. That would have been great. Super weird. All right, we're coming back live on the show. There's another Rate My Mess submission. Woo! Yikes. All right, here we go.
Different. No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges. We make money from our advertisers, not from you. It's the same radio you've never paid for. Live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations, all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is
Amy Kay should be joining us at the top of the hour. Can't wait for that. And there's many, many things, including a wild weekend in Seattle to talk about. I know one of the things from this weekend that C-Lane noticed was some of the Seattle stuff, because C-Lane goes, did you see somebody base jumped off the Space Needle?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know what was so weird about that text that I sent you? My phone auto-corrected base to all caps.
Oh, did it? Like,
yeah, because
it stands for something?
Yeah, it's like buildings. I don't know what it stands for, but yeah, base is one of those things that, every letter means something. And I didn't know that my phone was just going to automatically do all caps on the base jumping, but somebody like climbed over the glass at the Space Needle in Seattle and then parachuted off of it.
That's crazy. They just busted into like a secured area where they weren't supposed to be and
No, they were in the area where people go. Like you go to the Space Needle, they have a restaurant, a rotating restaurant up there. Or
you go up like an elevator, right, to get up to the top of the thing.
It takes about 41 seconds to get up that elevator.
My only familiarity with the Space Needle, believe it or not, C-Lane, is from the latest Final Destination movie, which was based on that like rotating restaurant up there in one of the main parts of the movie. And so I think that was fairly accurate, and I have some idea what it's like up there, but they got out to some place where they were able to just break free and hop right off there. And from what I saw, at least off the jump, the literal jump, they didn't catch him, I don't think.
Weird.
I don't know that they caught him. I think they jumped off, parachuted down from the Space Needle, and then when they hit the ground, they just blasted off and hit into society with everybody else. So, yeah, that was just one of many, many, many things that went down this weekend. So I wanted to share something else with you, and I'm sure C-Lane knows a bit about this. I was not really up on how big of a change this could possibly be until this weekend, until yesterday, in fact. And I know that it's a big boon to the bar industry when the NFL season comes around. And this is the last week without any NFL games or content or whatever. And they're struggling. I mean, I watched this weekend again. ESPN had hatchet throwing or axe throwing or something. Then they had some lumberjack competition that I was watching. They're putting whatever they can. The Ocho is in full effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're putting all of this stuff on ESPN because they got to get through this final week right now until it's like the NFL Hall of Fame game and then some preseason action. And it's really good for the bars when the football games are on.
Correct.
It draws a ton of people into them.
I have a friend that is, spends most of his Sundays at the different bars watching the games. He participates in fantasy football. He does all the things. So he just Sunday's game day. He goes and watches all the games. So typically now would be the time of the year where he would go out and have brunch with us for the last time before the NFL season would start because we couldn't get him to do it. We can't peel him away from the football games for like a brunch kind of thing where there wouldn't be TVs. So this is right around the time we're like, oh guys, all right, it's
see you later.
It's Tim's last brunch. So let's all celebrate with Tim for the last time until the end of the football season.
There's a lot of Tims out there, and the Tims go, hey, it's Sunday, let's watch football. They buy beers, they buy food. It's actually really good for the economy in many ways that people do this. But here's the kicker. There is a tiny little impoverished, struggling company at the center of all of this. A lot of people don't know about this, but I think you should, legitimately. It's a tiny little impoverished, struggling company called the National Football League.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and from what I can tell, they aren't making enough money already. So this is the year that they have decided to really put the vice on all the bars that want to show the NFL games. And if you're one of these Tims who wants to go see the NFL games at your bar, get ready. It's going to be a ghost town out there. Mark my words on this. All the bars you're used to going to, there will be some of them that don't have any games on at all. All right? No games on, okay? Because now they've pushed the NFL Sunday Ticket for bars to this new service, EverPass. And the bar that I was at last night, I kid you not, it's a small place, okay? It's not a big bar at all. It's a small location. And as I'm sitting there and I go, oh, you guys must be excited. It's going to bring in a lot of business when football season comes back. And they said, I don't think it's going to be that good this year because they're making us get this EverPass service because the NFL wants to get more money out of the bars. And I said, well, how much is that? Like, I know Sunday Ticket costs a couple $100 or whatever it is to get all the football games. I said, for this tiny bar to get the EverPass service, we have to get all this equipment. We have to rewire every TV in the sports bar that we have to this EverPass service that they have. And then here's the kicker. Because they wanted to get away from what they were using, they wanted to make more money off every bar in America that shows the NFL games. Every bar in America that packs people in to watch the commercials that they already make insane amounts of money off and sell the broadcast rights to the networks to show and all that stuff. But as they pack all these people in, this little bar said it would cost them $30,000.
Yeah.
For the
season?
For the season. So they wouldn't be able to get the games this coming season. And they said, this is going to be true for a lot of places. They make you pay per seat and per television that you have. And I looked at that and I said, this is so greedy, so disgusting, so insane. There is no company that is more greedy and ridiculous than the National Football League. There is no company that throws its weight around more and bullies people more. There is no company more dedicated to just all kinds of weird stuff, right? And taking advantage of its audience so much because they know there's no real competition out there. There is no other corporation more greedy in the United States of America than the National Football League. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. You're going to go around all these little mom and pop bars that are actually the source of a lot of your viewership. Probably the places where people who wouldn't otherwise, in some cases, watch those NFL games, they're watching it. They're becoming fans. They're converting people over one by one. Unbelievable. One tiny little bar. You know, people with big sports bars, $50,000, $60,000 to be able to show NFL games.
Now, you said they charge per seat.
Mm-hmm.
What if I took out all the chairs?
The only Indian-style sports pub or You're like
it's
stand-up bar?
It's like we have a stand-up bar, a standing room only, or we have those little sushi booths where you sit Indian style on the floor.
Yeah, maybe it's by occupancy.
Probably capacity or occupancy, yeah.
This is a little bar. Right? It's Johnny's, just for those of you who are local. It's not a big bar. And it would be $30,000 for them to broadcast these games to their audience. It wasn't enough that they were getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars from their biggest fans who wanted the Sunday ticket. It wasn't enough that they could sell the broadcast rights to every major corporation. Just look in, Celine, NFL total revenue 2025. Let's see what they made. It's because whatever it wasn't enough. They want every mom and pop bar, every ale house, every corner bar in the country who might make a couple of dollars off one of the crowds that comes in from the local football team having a game, or your favorite team having a game. They weren't making enough, so they got to get all the quarters they can out of this.
The NFL generated roughly, $14.5 billion in national revenue for the 2025 season, which was a 4.8% increase from 2024.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's clearly they've got to get at least 10 times that, right? They got to get at least 10 times that. It's just so greedy and dumb. And then what happens is they end up going around just to make sure you're not getting it in some illicit way and publicly showcasing the content in a way you're not supposed to. And this is not pay-per-view. This is not like you're getting a bootleg stream to something you're not supposed to. This is the NFL games that people want to watch to begin with. I don't know. I'm not a sports guy, and maybe I got this wrong, but I'm telling you, one local bar, $30,000. That's crazy. That's greedy, is what it is.
Do you know what they were paying before?
I don't. Well, they were paying for the Sunday ticket satellite fee on DirecTV.
Right,
and
but
then,
it's still like DirecTV for business. Like the bars that show the Sunday ticket aren't paying the same amount, for the Sunday ticket that you would at your house.
Mm-hmm. Well, this says NFL Sunday Ticket has a new home. Here's what it means for your property. The NFL is one of the biggest drivers of guest traffic and engagement for casinos. It's like a casino website. For many operators, carrying every game simply isn't an amenity. It's an expectation. That's true.
Yeah.
They expect all the games to be on. They expect them to be labeled like with little logos and stuff. That's what everybody wants now. The experience depends on having the right games, they said. But now there's an operational shift. Now you have to stream with something called EverPass. Through EverPass Core, the management platform included with every NFL Sunday Ticket subscription, you schedule specific games to specific screens or devices before the week even starts. EverPass Core, blah, blah, blah. So they just talk about this, and they talk it's unbelievably expensive. And, it says number one sports league. Oh, you get a quote. So you fill out, I'm looking at it right now. You fill out the number of locations, your zip code and your bar and all the stuff. And then the NFL calls you back through EverPass. And they say, here's how much money you need to pay. You got to pay this exorbitant amount of money.
Sunday ticket for casinos, that has got to be, that is a ridiculous amount of money.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not getting enough money out of just everything else that they're doing. And the NFL doesn't even employ that many people in the grand scheme of things. Right? Like the NFL, I don't know what their total employees are, but they don't even employ that many people. And they do this thing that Americans enjoy, and then it drives traffic into the little restaurants and ale houses and bars. And I happen to think that's one of those things that's sort of good for our economy. But not anymore, I guess. You might find that the place that you used to watch the NFL game has turned you around and said, we can't afford $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, or we'll have to fire one of our employees to fill up the gap in our budget to be able to put the football games on because the NFL needs more money. Tell me what you think about that. Send a dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, I've got an update on a story we talked about a couple of weeks ago that's definitely worth getting into. We'll talk about what happened in Seattle here. We got this woman who posted a video online and then ended up getting killed by her husband. And so much more on the way on the show today. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries at 9 p.m.
Hello, hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Hey, Marky, we were talking about this EverPass thing from the NFL and how much it's costing bars to switch over. What is it supposed to cost your place to have the games if you want to do that, just out of curiosity? Fishing for more details. The NFL is so hateable, are they not? It's a monopolistic enterprise in many ways. Their competition never really comes close to them. They're so greedy and so disgusting. And then they escape a lot of criticism because they attempt to have like the right politics a lot of times. And people don't get angry. I get angry when I see them strong-arming and taking advantage of small businesses across the country. And there is nothing that is more perfectly aligned with what the idea of a small business is than the local sports bars and restaurants that rely on this to drive in traffic for a quarter of their season, if not more, maybe a third. What is football season? Starting in August, going all the way to February? Hey, Rachel in Long Island. Hope it's going well for you today. I completely remember this happening. I worked at a very successful indie sports bar in Dr. Phillips. The owner was beside himself at the rise in costs that year for NFL. They're extremely hateable. They are. There's like next level greed. And Dwayne says, time to boycott. That's the problem. Ain't nobody boycotting the NFL because everybody wants to watch the games and they know that. But if there's public pressure, at least, if people are like, you know what? F the NFL for being so greedy and doing this. It's not enough to sell the broadcast rights to every single outlet. You know, they used to sell the broadcast rights to one network. One. They used to sell it to one network. Now they sell the broadcast rights to like 500 networks and websites and local affiliates in different markets. Still not enough. They make a lot of money isn't a valid grievance. It is to point out that they're being greedy. To do something that would likely impact a lot of people working at these restaurants in terms of the money they make, or if they get fired because the company has to pay for the NFL fee. To me, that's bad. Right? I think that's bad and gross. I have to jump in. I was painting. I'm so angry about stadiums in general. They should be giving a set percentage back to the local community. Not, oh, it provides jobs. That's BS. Most of those jobs, usually, as far as I know, are when they say, like, this is how many jobs it's going to bring to the community, will be temporary construction jobs. I can't think of anything bigger than a stadium that has fewer full-time employees. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. What is it downtown now? Is it the Kia Center? Think about the Kia Center. How many actual full-time employees does that giant-ass place have? Not that many, right? In comparison to the size. They're all so greedy, man. All right, we're coming back. Amy Caulfield at the top of the hour. All right, here we go. Folks, question for you. If you have to go to the bathroom in a public bathroom and somebody's inside the bathroom, Is it okay to just stand outside the stall and wait? That's my question. All right? That's my question for you. I'll explain here. We're coming back.
Metamucil. One simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to metamucil.com for more details.
At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Newsroom. Big drama all day long. We got lots of stuff to wade into. And we want to hear from you. And don't forget, Rate My Blank is off and running for this week. We crowned our winner for last week. Rate My Blank for this week is Rate My Mess.
Oh,
and
buddy, there are some doozies in the dispatches right now. And then
filthy animals.
And then one of you know who you are.
Uh-huh.
Just a little bit of a braggart. Like, oh, look at my messy garage. And it's just pristine and empty.
Yeah. Some of these people are, they're overestimating their mess. I have to be honest with you, Celia. Like, here's one of the submissions that came in from Who's You. And it's like,
it's not that bad.
I'll get around to cleaning it later. I've got a kid. And there's a couple of things here or there. But overall, you've got a real nice place here. It's very orderly. And I say good for you. I'm talking about you people with Rate My Mess. The people who are going to be
chaos.
The winners. Is this real? That's not real, okay? It's a lazy boy with 956 big gulps in front of it and some, this could be real. Knowing him, it could be his real streaming setup, although I certainly hope not. Rate My Mess, somebody says, this is our spare bedroom storage room. And this is cluttered, is what I would say. And I knew a lot of people who did this, but being cluttered is not really what we're looking for necessarily.
This looks like organized chaos.
It is. Yeah, everything's in a nice box. Everything is really well taken care of. You got a lot of cool collectibles here. I see Star Wars stuff. It's all good. You can see these yourself over in the submitted dispatches section. And then, yeah, look, Chopper Dave. Oh, you son of a bitch. Do you know what that is?
Okay, no, I just realized.
I was like, why is his garage so pristine? This is literally the studio.
Uh-huh.
This is before anything was done. I was just thinking about this over the weekend. This is literally what the studio used to look like before anything was done to it, back when there was like garage doors and all sorts of stuff. Let's see. My horrible office that gives my coworkers anxiety. Are we going to get a little tour here? I'll get to the next story in just a second, but here, let's see. This is your office. Okay. It's a little cluttered.
Oh, she liking the Post-it notes.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Post-it notes.
There's a hoarder mentality going on here, but it's not that bad. It's a little overwhelming, and there's Post-it notes on everything, which I bet, please tell me this isn't true, but I bet contain passwords to stuff. Like, that's my guess on what we're looking at here. Like, my very secure password to my email is right here.
Usually if you put a password on a Post-it note, you at least put that one inside a drawer.
I would hope so. But that's not too bad, as there's some worse ones coming in. Found this mess upon inspecting water damage in my house. Come on, I know what's happening here. This is not for jokes. I see that there's a sex toy in the corner. I understand what you're doing, all right? That's not the mess we're looking for. I don't know why you have a sex toy on the floor of your house. It's filthy. But we do want to see your messes. So for Rate My Blank this week, it's Rate My Mess. Give us a picture of your office, your house, whatever it is, and we want to see what it looks like. And because your place is messy, you could get yourself a big prize on the show. So that's what our competition is this week. I ask you this folks. Let us know, etiquette-wise. Is this acceptable? Because this is going pretty viral as we get ready to welcome in Amy Kaufel on the show. Somebody posted this on r/mildly infuriating, and it has 67,000 upvotes. And it says, this guy stood outside the stall door like this for the duration of my use in the bathroom. And it shows somebody at the bathroom stall. And
buddy, what are you doing? You're waiting there at the door?
Waited. And I ask of you, is this not appropriate? Are you not allowed to wait for the bathroom stall to be? It
seems a little close.
Well, where are you supposed to go? It's a bathroom.
I don't know. Leave and come back.
No, then if you leave and come back, somebody else scoots in and then they go into the bathroom.
You don't stand in front of the door. No.
Vote on this for us, folks. Is it acceptable if the public bathroom, your work bathroom, whatever, if the stalls are full, is it acceptable to stand in front of the stall
That's
while the
like
other person
standing
finishes?
in front of an elevator, like right at the doorway where nobody could possibly get out before you try to mosey your way on in.
Well, when you hear the flush, you step back. You get back out of the way.
I don't
a
want you
little bit.
listening to my process here.
Well, I have to go to the bathroom. I need to make sure that I'm getting in there as soon as it's available. I think this is fine.
The flush might be a false flag. There might have to be a couple flushes.
You've done this before, huh?
This morning.
I will say, just thank yourself, because this may well be a handicap stall, that those aren't wheels that you're seeing waiting out there. That's the no. That's the no moment. If you're sitting in the handicap stall and the wheels roll up and you go, oh, God.
If that person was standing outside the stall that I was in this morning, they would have heard me reacting very profanely to the plumbing disaster that was our fourth floor men's bathroom today.
You would be upset, though, if somebody was outside your stall.
I would find it annoying. I would find it yes, because I'm not trying to be rushed here.
This is why the only thing that the United Kingdom, the UK, is superior at when it comes to competition with the United States of America is public stalls, generally speaking, in England, go all the way to the ground to offer a larger bit of privacy. Now, maybe they have less junkies and hobos and weirdos and people who just destroy stuff.
That seems like very old construction because some of the places in our downtown area have bathrooms that have like fully closable doors, ceiling to floor doors that you offer a lot of privacy, but they decided that it's a little too much privacy for some people.
Then they get in there, they start having sex in the bathroom.
Who would do that?
You, not me, for God's sake. It's not my bag. But is that okay? Is it okay to stand in front of the bathroom stall door waiting for it to be unoccupied? Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com or an email. I messaged a friend of ours who owns a place where they show the NFL on.
Nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know who this is.
I'm not going to tell him who it was. I'm not going to tell. We'll call him Cram. All right? That's what we're going to call this person. Cram emailed or texted after I said, hey, what's this whole NFL switch up going to cost where they try to make you go over onto this Everstream thing and it's more expensive.
Cramovac.
So Cram texts back and says, it's going to cost $6,300 just for the boxes and equipment. Then installation is about $4,000. So we're at $10,300 just on the equipment. And then roughly $12,000 for the year subscription, and I still won't get every game.
I hope for Cram's sake that this company has a contract with the NFL that's going to last a few seasons because they changed their mind on some of these things. The DirecTV, is it going to be DirecTV for this long? And now you're having to buy $10,000 worth of equipment and install to get new things for this service that you don't even know in 5 years. Are they still going to be the ones carrying the games? Or are they going to go back to DirecTV?
Well, not just that. Think about this, think about your neighborhood sports bars, your neighborhood restaurants that show the game and benefit from this and hire people and stuff. Think about that and then slowly zoom out Google Maps style, right? And then every neighborhood, the whole country, every single bar. This is another bar that's saying like $25,000. I told you the bar that I talked to last night said it was going to cost them $30,000 to show NFL games this season. That's crazy. That's every little bar in the country that has to pay up to the NFL and those greedy bastards, or not show the game and risk losing customers because the customers demand it. And the NFL knows it. And the NFL has become the ticket master of the sports world, right? They're the ticket master of the sports world. But nobody will openly hate on the NFL yet for some reason. Like, these people are as greedy and gross as it gets. They're so hateable. I don't understand why more people don't openly hate them to pressure them into not doing stuff like this in these small companies.
They look the other way with the NFL for whatever reason. Like, we read what the agreement is to have the Super Bowl in your city.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL wants, like, all these accommodations, all this money, and they don't pay taxes on it. They don't have to pay taxes on it.
That's insane, right? Like, why are we not giving them hate for this? This is like, you could watch the football games and stuff, but just start openly hating the NFL on all the social media platforms. When the NFL posts something, just say greedy, just go after them endlessly.
Rob Lowe, burn that hat.
Yeah, burn the NFL hat. I'll burn mine. I'll burn my NFL logo hat as well. It's a little too tight for my head anyhow. Okay, quick break. When we come back, I have so much more that we have to start working in. We got your Rate My Mess entries we'll work through on the show today. And also, when we come back, our friend, the very talented Amy Kaufeld, she's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio has your chance to help students and teachers as they prepare for the new school year. Details at realradio.fm/events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Construction's causing some...
Chad, I have a question for you. We're going to get juicy in a bit here. After Amy Kaufeld, we got some good stuff. We got some good juice to work in. Some good drama. Some good drama that we're going to work in a minute. But can I ask you something? I made a change over the weekend. Is it still pausing me when we come back from the break? When I'm muting the rejoin and the countdown is on? Is it still pausing my video when we return from commercial break? Yes or no? Amy Kaufeld is on the feed. There she is. She's on the grid. Hello. I think I hear her a little bit. Hello?
Is that off?
What? Oh, it's on. You want me to turn it off? Oh, hang on. Do you want me to turn this off? Oh. It's Marky.
Oh.
Mark backwards. K-R-A-M.
I'm going to the grocery store.
Okay. You can just use Apple. Yeah. How much money are you planning on spending at the grocery store?
$4,000.
You don't have $4,000. Don't spend $4,000.
I'm going to try the cucumbers for this week.
No, I don't want the cucumbers.
You don't know if they changed.
Yeah, I know they changed. The cucumbers, folks, don't eat them right now. Don't eat the cucumbers. They're bad. This time of year, they're bad because it gets too hot and then the cucumbers are gross. No good. Don't get cucumbers.
Do you want anything else?
No. Be safe. No, I don't want any monkeys. Go. Be safe, please. Be safe. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I don't know if Sealand has been able to communicate with Amy Kaufeld. She can't hear you? Oh. Well, we didn't change anything about that. Uh-oh. This always stresses me out so much. All right, we are trying to get Amy locked in. Stand by. A little bit of technical. Something has gone wrong.
Okay. I'll tell Sean to be loud.
I'll scream. Okay, we're coming back right now, everybody. No, Austin, that I wasn't doing that. Amy, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. What if I pull the station out? Right now, does it sound okay? You can. That's weird. Does it seem like it's on our end or something? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll be loud. We'll be loud. We'll get nice and loud. We can hear you pretty good though. Your audio sounds good. Okay.
modernpi.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Yeah. You look fantastic, and we're glad to have you on board of the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show over on the website. That's at thenewsjunkie.com. Sealane's having a day, somebody said. Sealane's having a day, and now minor technical things, but I think we're good. We got our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35.
Hi, Amy.
Hey, you guys. Happy Monday. It just has all the Monday feels, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, look, we're good. We can hear you really well. We'll try to talk loud so you can hear us. I think
I can hear you now. You sound good, Sean. I don't want you to feel like you have to over project.
Okay, so I'm being too loud now? Should I be quieter?
You sound great.
If I go further away.
No, you sound great. You're perfect.
What's the ideal spot for me to be, right? This good?
Okay, this reminds me of the skit. Was it Grover on Sesame Street where he was like, and remember he was like, near, and he would run, remember to the front of the camera, he'd be like, near, and then he would run back and he'd go far. So that's kind of reminds me of. Do you remember that? Was my favorite.
No, I do not remember that.
You don't remember Grover doing that? I'll send you the clip later.
Okay, please. Yeah, I've been waiting for that. Thank God. Amy Caulfield joins us. Amy, lots of stuff happening out there in the world. Hey, have you seen the Odyssey yet? Did you see it?
No, we were talking about it this morning about how huge this is, and I think it's interesting that when these films that are based on things that happen in history are big, things like Titanic, things like remember Lincoln, that was really popular.
Oh yeah,
when it came out. I don't know. I sort of gives me faith in society that we haven't completely lost our connection to the things that matter. So I haven't seen it yet, though. I do want to go see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to try to see it this weekend. I know it leaked online this weekend, and so 2 million people watched it on Twitter or whatever for a little while. But it's still making a ton of money out there. A lot of people that I've heard from that have seen it said it was very, very, very good, and they enjoyed it. So I'm interested. my interest is piqued at the very least. How was your weekend, though?
It would not be a good movie to watch on a Twitter feed.
No, it's too...
in order to... Right? It's huge. It's you want to see it on a big screen.
You want to see it on the literal opposite of that. You want to see it on one of those big, massive IMAX screens. And what are the ones where they send that actual video, the film out to? And the film, I think they're 400 pounds.
It's something ridiculous.
Yeah, they're it's this huge turntable film thing that they send. It's 400 pounds and 6 feet tall when you stand it up. And man, it's crazy. But anyhow, what happened for your weekend? Anything exciting going down?
It was pretty chill. No, we went out. We had some good Italian. We went to Nono's and Altamont on Saturday. It was amazing. Have you guys eaten there? It's so good.
I have not. No.
So yeah, it was.
That's
really
way
good.
outside of Sean's bubble. That's way outside of the areas that Sean would go to. You have a bubble. Altamont is not in your bubble.
Amy Caulfield, before we get into the news, can I ask you a question here? Just shoot me straight. We're arguing over something today. Then this person posted a photo online that's going viral, and they're in the restroom stall. Let's show it to her here, C-Lane. They're in the restroom stall, and they said somebody waited out in front of the restroom stall door the entire time they were going to the bathroom because they were next.
Look at that face. She disagrees.
C-Lane said that was wrong, and I said, well, where do you expect them to wait? The bathroom is
somewhere else.
Well, they have to go to the bathroom too, though. So you think this is wrong?
Yeah, it's too close. I feel like that's it's already hard enough to go to the restroom in a public restroom when you know there's people around who can hear and listen to what you're doing in there.
Yeah.
But then to have someone standing that close and know that they're probably looking through the crack,
mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Because you can see the crack right above the foot.
Yeah,
they're probably hearing through. That's invasive.
And the only thing about this that I will take issue with, I think it's fine to wait there myself personally. I'm it's fine to wait in front of the bathroom stall door because you're waiting for it. But Amy disagrees. What I don't agree with is he shouldn't be pointed toward the door.
If their back was to the door, you'd be okay.
Angle away. You shouldn't be just standing there open, waiting outside the bathroom door. That part is a little weird. But you go wait out there.
A male female thing. I feel like if you were to ask Courtney, she would say that this is not okay in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know.
Can we get her on the phone?
She has gone to some bootleg ass bathrooms. I mean, I'm talking about French Quarter, New Orleans. Oh my God, you're going to actually use this bathroom? Ladies somehow make things happen. She'll go in and she'll be like, that bathroom was disgusting. And I'll go, oh, you want to go home or something? She'll go, no, I didn't touch anything. And I'll say, you didn't touch anything? She'll go, yeah, ladies know how to go and not touch anything in the whole bathroom.
It's true, we do.
So
that is she's speaking the truth, Sean. That's actually very true.
I said, all right. I didn't know. I mean, that can't happen for me. And I want to tell you, I don't know.
You have to touch things?
Well, you have to, right? When you sit down on the toilet, you're not hovering.
Oh, no, I cannot hover.
These women have leg muscles from somewhere else, another planet or something. I can't pull that off. But I do want to tell you before we get into what's happening in the news that with the bathroom talk happening right now, you should know that C-Lane is covered in toilet water right now. I don't know if that matters.
Why? What happened?
We have there's a plumbing incident at HQ here that gave me a second shower for the day. Like burst like a fountain.
Water shot up out of the toilet?
Yes.
Yeah.
She looks horrified.
This is the second time.
Amy, I
was it before or after you flushed?
It was when I flushed.
So during the flushing.
But
in the moment.
But it was coming from the pipe, so it's not like it's carrying anything with to my knowledge. But the worst part was it was just now I'm just uncomfortable. And I told Sean, I was like, if I had any other job, if I had just a regular sit at a desk and do desk work job, I would have stood up and I would have. All right.
See you later.
And maybe we'll try again tomorrow, guys. Today's not it. It's not today.
Celine, you really are having a bad day. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know what I thought he was going to say? He goes, I got stuff all over the back of me. I thought he was going to say he was getting Jackson ready and maybe Jackson was on his shoulder. You put the baby on your shoulder and maybe he didn't realize that Jackson puked down his back or something, but
no.
Thank God it wasn't that. Yeah, much worse. Much worse.
I gotta say though, I don't like the auto flush toilets because I do feel like they have a propensity for like flushing when you're not done.
Right.
And sometimes the force of the flush is so powerful that that can happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait till it shoots a stream of water at your back.
All right, let's get away from this. We can't do this.
So
we've never had Amy on and her look so horrified so many times during the discussion.
Between those two pictures.
Talented news lady is with us here. What grabbed your attention in the headlines today as you walked into the newsroom?
Oh gosh, well, we're a couple things that we're following up on today. I don't know if you guys heard about this story that is out of the villages, and this is a guy who apparently was on a website, a hookup website called Tinder.
Yeah.
And that he was having a conversation with a woman, and the lead line of his conversation was looking for a sugar baby.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Have you guys talked about this?
We mentioned this before, but when we talked about it, it seemed like the guy was like trying to run these people down with his vehicle or something, right? Was that what happened in this story?
Yes. So they apparently had been communicating and talking for a couple about it says about a week or so. And then it says that he reportedly told her, I'll give you $1,000 for each visit, dinner, and I love to shop for you. So she finally goes out on the date with him, and then they got back to his place, and that's when she said she felt uncomfortable.
Right.
So she called her friends, and her friends came over, and there were 3 friends in this vehicle, including a male. And so I don't know. I'm not exactly sure if money exchanged hands, and maybe. Oh wait, here
it
I
did
do know. It says okay. It says yeah. You're right. It says O'Brien gave the woman $200, took her to a lingerie store where she bought 3 items, and then he gave her another $600 for dinner. So then when she went back to the house, so money had already exchanged hands at that point.
Then he tried to get his money back.
Yeah.
And she, the way that the story read when I saw it was hilarious. It was like, she denied his refund request.
His refund request? Like she's an actual shopping outlet or something. Yeah. I mean, I guess at the end of it, he got really, really upset and then started raging like an absolute lunatic at the sugar baby.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
then started, according to police, chased after them, and then I guess rammed the vehicle, and then the vehicle, I guess, hit a pole.
Yeah.
And that's when police say he walked over with a gun and threatened the group. So not a good situation. Apparently, 3 of them got away, but there was a 4th victim. It was a guy who got on the ground, and I guess he threatened to kill the guy. And then that's when deputies showed up and were able to arrest him.
Yeah, I mean, also, I'm surprised that this wasn't true love, considering David O'Brien is 67 years old and Mariah Turbach was 21. I'm just blown away that it wasn't a real love connection, but it appears that something fell short there with this guy.
But maybe we should stop doing. We should stop doing the sugar baby thing. The sugar baby, sugar daddy thing. I mean, if you got the money that you just want to pay women to be around you, and there's no there's nothing physical about the relationship. The entire relationship is you just paying money for attention and companionship. Maybe find a charity or something.
What if they're all into this? Is there an equivalent of sugar babies that's young men? Is that a thing or no?
Oh, like the opposite?
Yeah, like an older, established, a classy older lady, but she wants some companionship from like a 21-year-old man, and he's the sugar baby. I don't know if that happens that way, but
I'm sure it does. I mean, you hear about these like Cabana Boy or like boy, like those kind of like weird, like I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, whenever I look at it, I have a very simple take on this. I always think, what is a 67-year-old man going to talk to a 21-year-old woman about? This is always in my mind. We were not that long ago.
You're there for the conversation.
It's true. We were not that long ago, Amy. We were in line for a ride at Epcot. We were in line for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, And
I love that ride.
The young girls in front of us might have been like 18, 19, right around there, in that range. There's 3 of them. And they asked a question to the guy next to us. And then the guy was like so excited that these young girls were talking to him, he would not shut up. When they ask me a question, I answer in as few words as possible. And then I leave them alone to go back to being 18 and 19-year-old girls. You know why? Because they don't want to talk to me. All right? I fully understand
realize that. Like you're
Yes.
you're of sound mind to realize like these girls aren't interested in me. Were you with Courtney or no?
Yeah, she was with me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they really realized you weren't. That it wasn't going to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, thank God. If she wasn't with me, I probably wouldn't even communicate. I would just pretend like I was mute in that moment. I would just be like, do something like that. Anything else grabbing your attention out there, Amy?
Well, we had a shark bite over the weekend. So for those of you who are familiar with New Smyrna Beach, it is the shark bite capital of the world. More shark bites happen there than anywhere else. This was a guy from Georgia. He was here on vacation. He was actually only in waist-deep water, and he was out there with his fiance, who was pregnant, by the way.
Jeez.
And so he said he felt something. He said he believed that the waves pushed the shark in. But anyway, so he said he felt something. Then he felt something chomp down on him.
Ooh.
And so he said he pushed his fiance like out of the way, like you get out of the water now. And then he didn't realize how bad it was until he got out of the water and realized like, oh no, this is pretty serious. So ended up in the hospital, ended up keeping him overnight. I'm not sure. It didn't look like the pictures that we saw of the actual bite didn't look too significant, but I'm sure there's always a big concern about, infection or, right? You don't want to have.
Oh, you got to be careful.
That happen.
Oh, and then there's instantly salt water in there, which sounds like the worst thing ever.
God almighty. Yeah. I mean,
imagine how painful, how bad that would hurt.
I think of this meme. I actually saw this this morning about this, where, let's say Courtney and I are in the ocean at the beach together, and the shark comes along and bites my foot, but she doesn't know what's going on, right? She just knows that I shove her and I go, get out of the water. I think Courtney, instead of just getting out of the water, is going to be like, why am I supposed to get out of the water? Why are you telling me to get out of the water right now? What is the thing? Like,
Sean, what are you doing?
Why don't you get out of the water? Like, I always wonder that. This is a meme about relationships. Like, if you were driving along, Amy, you and your husband, you're next to your car, you and your husband are, and some danger comes up, some dangerous thing, and you say, get in the car. Do you think he would immediately get in the car and then figure it out later? Or do you think he would question, why do I need to get into the car right now?
I think he would question.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Courtney would do it too. Yeah. Courtney, I'd be like, and then by the time I describe it, the nefarious gunman or whatever the problem was, or the shark, has done damage to all of us because people don't listen. That's the problem. That's what happened.
Have you seen the viral video of the girl who's like sitting on the bench and the lady is filming a bear that's like, the bear is like literally walking up behind the lady on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this?
No.
And the lady who's filming it was like, hey, just, I don't know if you know, but there's a bear behind you.
ma'am, yeah. Like nobody, there's
she's like, no, she didn't see the bear coming. She had her back turned.
Like there's a major problem with this. I also saw, you probably saw the story about in Seattle where there was this shooting over the weekend, right? So everybody in Seattle was at this this food event.
Like a food festival.
Like a food festival. Mm-hmm. And so many people just start running. And when people all start running in one direction, most of us with brains go, okay, that's an indicator. I should also probably back away and run away too. But there's always people who's like, what's going on? They start running into it.
Oh, no. In high school, if we saw everybody running in the same direction, our initial instinct would not be that there is danger that they're running away from. We thought that there was a fight happening and everybody was running to go watch it. So if you saw people running you started running in that direction too because you wanted to see the fight. You wanted to see the blows.
Yeah, this is what happens. The communication is bad. So if there's ever a shark attack, I'm probably done for. Courtney's going to sit there and be like, what's going on? Somebody said just add shark to the end of the sentence. I don't even know if that would change anything. I think she would still be like, come on, Sean, you're always screwing around with me. Now you're screwing around about this too. For God's sake.
Well, that was another viral video that went went crazy last week with the 4 guys in the water and the dolphin was swimming through. Did you guys see that?
No, what's going on with your feed versus ours?
What viral video feeds are you guys on?
Do you want to know?
They're all drinking beer, and so you know how guys do when they're in the water and they like hold their cups up so the waves won't get into their cup of beer. Well, one of them spots what he thought was a shark. It was a dolphin.
Really? He got scared of the dolphin?
Freaking out, and so they're trying to run with their beer cups up in the air so that they don't spill a drop of their beer. And honestly, I don't think any of them spilled any.
Amy
Good for them.
She got that wholesome algorithm. C-Lane and I have like toilets exploding, fights in fast food establishments.
Mm-hmm.
We've got like people getting murdered. And then Amy's like, oh, look at this.
I've seen that video. The one on the dock.
Which one? The murder doc?
The murder?
Have you seen that one?
No, what happened?
I'm sorry. I'm going to start sending you my feed.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Wait, so your feed is a dolphin and some guys drinking their beers and then a murder doc?
Yeah. Oh, I'll send you that one too.
Okay.
I'm going to be very busy sending you guys links.
Okay. I'll send you back the stuff in my feed.
You have to watch.
Yeah, I'll send you back the stuff in my feed on my algorithm, and very quickly I'll get blocked. Yes, that's how this will go. All right, Amy Kaufeld, you're the best of the best. We love you. We appreciate you. We hope you have a fantastic week. And
thank you,
everybody. Let's hear it for the talented Amy Kaufeld. There she is.
You guys.
There
love
she
you.
goes.
See you next time.
There
Love
she
you.
is. Yep. Make sure you're following her on all social media
sorry
platforms.
About today. Hope tomorrow's better.
Thank you.
We want to make sure that you're following Amy Kaufeld on all social media platforms. Search for Amy Kaufeld wherever you are, Instagram, Facebook, all of those good things. More importantly, if you're here locally in our home market, Orlando, make sure you're watching Good Day Orlando. You're watching already, I'm sure, but if you're not, tune in with Amy Kaufeld and the crew over there and follow Fox 35 Orlando on all social media platforms as well. We'll talk to you next week, Amy. There she goes. Bye,
guys. Love you.
Right.
I'm looking up the videos right now. I got you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. This doc murder video is going to be a wild one. All right. When we come back, we'll get to something went down at Disney this weekend that had people talking. We have to talk about that. The woman who made a viral video and then got killed by her husband. And the story behind that is crazy as well. There's just a lot to get into on a Monday, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. How are we doing? Hello? I thought you were leaving. You gonna check it twice? What's on the list? Let me see. Bring me the list. Bring me the grocery list. Don't talk back to me.
Guys, let's have a chat for a second. If you're starting to see the symptoms of erectile dysfunction or PE show up, it's time to make a phone call. It's time to go.
I'm gonna look at this list.
No, I don't know.
If there's anything on this list that should not be on this list,
How would you know if it needs to be or not?
I'm
What
the
is
boss.
that? Stop.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Is there anything?
No,
Is there any? No. Give me the list.
No.
What
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Give me the list.
You have a whip or something.
It's not a whip. Oh, this is all wrong. Can you do me a favor? I mean this honestly. Can you please not get ice cream bars?
Oh, you don't want them?
I have no self-control with ice cream bars. I keep eating them at night.
Well, don't you want a treat?
I'm not losing weight. I want the ice cream bars, but please don't get them for me.
Okay.
Thank you. Now come here.
No.
Come here.
No. Do you
Come
want
on.
the burritos?
Huh?
Do you want the burritos?
No. Only the bare minimum. Only the bare minimum. 15 pounds of soap incoming? Probably. You did not freeze coming back from break? Nice. Oh, Known Badger. I did see that video. Yeah, hold on. We got to talk about this. I did see that doc video. So the video Amy's talking about, I believe, was this guy. He's on a dock, obviously, and he, hold on. Sorry for the echo. He's on a dock, and he gets into it somehow in some fight with a guy, and he hits the guy and knocks him unconscious, and then without missing a beat, pushes him over into the water. So the guy's KO'd, and then he knocks him into the water, and I think it killed him. I believe he got charged with murder. We'll have to talk about that. It was crazy. Such Day John says, OMG Publix BOGO Klondike bars. I can't control myself. Because we don't eat dinner until very late. Dinner is probably 9 o'clock. All right? Dinner is probably 9 o'clock on most nights. And if Courtney's making the dinner that late, I'm so hungry. I'm eating like cheese roll-ups and chips and stuff. And I'm eating whatever I can eat. And then I eat the dinner. I got a couple of drinks in me at this point. And then later on at night when we're watching the movie, I get the ice cream. And I mean, the ice creams are so good, but I can't have them. I have to start losing weight again. I just can't do it. Amy K sent us the video, making my life even easier. Sean, get a Ninja Creamy and make your own ice cream and make it healthier, loaded with protein and 2% milk. That's why you're fat, eat earlier? No, that's not why I'm fat. Like, over a long period of time, could it really just be that eating later makes you fat? I'm still getting the same amount of exercise. I'm still, I'm just eating and then going to sleep 3 hours later, 3.5 hours later. It can't just be the schedule. Could it? Am I wrong about that? Is eating dinner at 9 p.m. going to make me fat? I can't eat a meal after 7 p.m. Food in my stomach when I'm trying to sleep ruins my sleep. Oh, God, I never even thought of that. Brother, you're not fat? WTF? Dude, I need to drop 25 pounds probably. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not making any progress. What time do you go to bed? About midnight, 12:30? Yeah, we mostly eat at like 9. Maybe we should work on that. Maybe we should work on that. Amy sent me this doc story. So let's talk about this real quick when we come back here. Stand by, we're coming back. And I'm glad that the video isn't freezing anymore. Here we go.
No surprise charges. We make money from our advertisers, not from you. It's the same radio you've never paid for. Live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio. For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is...
Show some support. Head on over to thenewsjunkie.com. and subscribe for a premium account or gift some subscriptions to get the week kicked off. Let's get some momentum going on that front. Amy K was right. I had seen this video. Did you see the video she was talking about, C-Lane?
I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, man, this is crazy, actually. The video that she was talking about was something I saw over the weekend, and people were saying, I can't believe this guy got charged with murder and got convicted, and his name is Kamal Padlowski, 52 years old, and they now have found him, a jury has, guilty of second-degree murder for the 2024 killing of this man named Melvin Jimenez. Prosecutors said Padlowski knocked Jimenez unconscious.
I think it's Jimenez.
Jimenez,
yeah.
Jimenez, unconscious during an altercation before throwing him off the dock. He now faces life in prison. And the security footage shows this guy on the dock. The other guy comes up to him, pushes him over, right? And then the guy dumps him.
Jeez.
Right in the water, right in the ocean, I'm guessing, off the dock. He doesn't hesitate even in the slightest, by the way. So he just goes right up to this guy's face and then KOs this guy, knocks him out. And then when he falls out, I think he might have been drunk to begin with because he was kind of stumbling, and he hits him, knocks him out, and then when he's knocked unconscious, he, without missing a beat, throws him into the ocean. That's murder. That's what they said. The jury agreed that was murdering this person. He had every chance to stop after the victim was knocked unconscious. Instead, he kept going, says the officer Tatum, who posted this originally. But yeah, I had seen that as well. It's an interesting case for sure. All right, we want to get to you. Lots of folks who are joining in with emails, sending those over at thenewsjunkie.com. Oh, did I screw something up?
What'd you do?
Somebody says, Big John says, Sub Junkies, misinformation about IMAX. Those 400-pound movie reels in IMAX format are only for the real, true IMAX theaters, which there are only 2 of in the state of Florida. Most people don't know that. These other IMAX theaters aren't the true IMAX experience. From what I know about this, which isn't that much, there is like 20 or so actual film-based IMAX theaters in the United States, somewhere around there. That might be low. And then the rest of the IMAX theaters are showing IMAX digital copies. And the IMAX digital copies are like a bit different in some way. I mean,
somehow inferior to the film.
Yeah, if you're a film snob, you want exactly this one particular version of it.
I've heard of a lot of the people that are big on the IMAX copy of this movie, but a lot of people also are really into just the 70 millimeter.
Yeah,
they say that not only is the screen large and very detailed, but the sound on the 70 millimeter print is supposed to be outrageously good.
It's cool, but you have to realize when you're getting a bigger screen and you're seeing more of the top and the bottom, and they're never going to put anything that's in the top and the bottom in the movie so that it wouldn't make sense for everybody else watching the movie. If there's a key piece of information, they're not going to put it in this area of the frame. You're just seeing a little bit, a little more on top and a little bit more on the bottom. It's worth it for some people. They pay a lot for this. Travis says to tipsthenewsjunkie.com, I agree 100% with C-Lane. We need to cancel this Monday now. I had an awful night of the worst night terrors since my dad passed almost 4 years ago. I woke up late. My truck was almost out of gas. I was late for work, and now I'm on the side of I-95 in my broken down work truck. FMLF this Monday. He's with you on that one. Okay.
I tried to take a video of the offending toilet.
Yeah.
Just to show you, so I'm not crazy. And it
got a little crazy.
It didn't do the thing. It's still like water is still leaking up. It didn't shoot up in the air like it did for me. And now, unless somebody has fixed it, because I emailed somebody in the building about this, and I was like, listen, this is happening. And I got an auto reply that was like, I'm out till Thursday. And I was like, I don't know if the message was ever delivered or is something weird with it now where it's not shooting in the air. And now I seem like I'm like crying wolf on this toilet problem.
Well, go in there and make sure it does it again so they know you're not lying. You got to get in there and run a number on that thing so it splashes back.
Number one or number two?
I think you know. Anonymous says a question regarding the Rate My Blank for this week, which is Rate My Mess. We want to see all week long. Send your photos in as photo dispatches on thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll judge who has the biggest mess. Your house can be like hoarder house style. It could be a room. It could be your car full of trash from fast food stuff. We want to see your mess for a Rate My Mess this week. Anonymous says, I know it's probably semantic, but I work on a landfill. Do I have the ultimate mess? Because it's everybody's trash in one location, and it is definitely a mess, says Anonymous. No, that does not count. No, that does not count.
Sorry.
Space Coast Native says, this same crap with the Sunday Ticket happened last year when DirecTV lost the rights to the Sunday Ticket and it went to YouTube TV. The businesses were going to have to switch companies, and about a month before the season started, they came out and said the businesses would still be able to use the equipment they had before this exact reason. I don't think that they're going to do that this time, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, and a lot of them are being, not only do they have to get the equipment that's provided by, what's it called? Everpass?
Everpass, yeah.
Everpass. So they have to get the Everpass equipment, or there's another box that's compatible with Everpass. But they're also having some of these bars to upgrade to like extra high speed internet, like to get like 10 gig internet or something put in, because some of these bars, their current bandwidth doesn't allow for streaming so many games at once. And so they
so the quality wouldn't be as high.
Not only are these bars having to pay thousands of dollars to install this new Everpass gear, that will this company continue to sell the Sunday Ticket for long enough to make that worth it? ? But they also have to upgrade their internet and upgrade their internet infrastructure. You get new network switches in and stuff because the old ones weren't made to use 10G. So it's a huge expense.
That's going to be a big problem as football season comes around. I think a lot of the bars that you're used to watching NFL games at aren't going to be able to have them for this exact reason we're talking about. They're making them pay tens of thousands of dollars this year. Somebody says, I want to be anonymous, but this is my Rate My Mess. Holy God. Are you kidding me? Take a look.
Is there anything identifying in this? mess?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. They said we could show the video. How do you work in this environment? How do you... this is like just stuff everywhere. This is definitely messy. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's a contender.
Yeah,
but we can't award an anonymous prize though.
No, that's true. We need you to be on the record, and other people can't see this one, so that that doesn't help as much.
Do you have a whole tub full of corks?
That's what it says. There's a tub that says corks on it here. So this particular person, anonymous. This is good. You could have been at the forefront of the Rate My Mess, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Unfortunately, I think you're out of contention because it's not sent as a dispatch and it's anonymous. But all right, boy, there's so many of those coming in. We appreciate you sending them over. I want to get to more of your feedback and your dispatches. I did see this. Let me see if I could bring this up because I wanted to see what people thought about this. Disney is in the center of a heated debate online because a group of women went to Disney World and decided to hold their Bible study there. And I'm watching this. I guess is this the video? Let me refresh this. And okay, it says Bible study at Hollywood Studios. And it's got this woman who's like Disney adult or whatever.
At Hollywood Studios, this is for the girlies who love Jesus and also Disney. This week we had a guest speaker and went through Philippians 4:6-8. Then after the message, we broke into small groups and we went over some group questions. This study's topic was about joy. We all opened up and shared things that can steal our joy. And also, how was one way we could choose joy this week? It's amazing to see things God is doing in the Disney community. We even got stopped by a girl and she gave us a rhinestone Jesus. Leighton Elizabeth is a girl who hosts these every single month. About 30 minutes in group time, and then we go enjoy some Disney magic.
Okay, so here's the idea. The idea is that they went to this park, Hollywood Studios, and then they had their Bible study there, which when I look at this, I go, nothing against your religion, nothing against your church or anything like that, but this is a theme park. You can't just throw an event there. Just like a random event. You had a guest speaker and you guys all there. It shows them. I'm watching here. They're taking up this entire section of the theme park and they're all doing their Bible study together. and they got like, a guest speaker, and they're all like standing up and speaking and doing their thing. It seems to me like you've hijacked the theme park for your event, which I don't know that you're supposed to do that. Would people feel the same way if it was a different religion? Well, I don't know that they would. Or I would say, think about it this way. What if a politician was like, we're going to have a political rally at Disney, and we're going to, in Hollywood Studios in the same area. And I'll just stand up and be, hey, everybody, here's what my campaign's all about. And
well, at the very least, I think that the thing that Disney would have an issue with is they would want money for that.
Probably.
If you want to rent out the space, but you can't just throw like a bootleg kind of event without any sort of permission. It seems a little weird. It reminds me of when we tried to go somewhere for somebody's birthday. We were at a skating rink. We went to a skating rink for somebody's birthday, and somebody started putting up decorations, and the skating rink was like, you did not reserve this place for a birthday party.
Right.
You got to put those decorations away.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think and you just can't throw an impromptu event at a theme park, can you? Let us know what you think. But I mean, that's what they did. They threw this Bible study there, and like somebody says, can't you do this at church? Well, why are you guys obsessed with shoving this in our face? Disneyland generally cannot shut down a passive or stationary religious group or Bible study display in downtown Disney. Blah blah blah. So I mean, I just wonder if this was something different. You're supposed to. Maybe they've opened the door to this. What about things like gay days? Is that official, unofficial?
Ooh.
There are things like this.
I think they're unofficial.
There's other things, too. There's like Dapper Days. I don't know if you ever heard that before. But everybody gets together and dresses up. But they don't really throw an event where they take over an entire space, taking up all the seating. And I don't know. It's tough because they'll probably argue like, well, we were going to be here anyways. We would have taken over the seating in this area. But I feel like you just shouldn't throw impromptu events at somebody else's establishment.
Yeah, it's kind of
cool.
It seems uncouth whether it's a religious thing or not. Like I don't the fact that you have a guest speaker sounds a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Think about this, C-Lane. Here's the best way I could do this. What if you said to everybody that you knew, show up at Hollywood Studios at this time, and you guys took up over this whole area, and then you got married?
Yeah. Oh, they would definitely shut that down.
You can't do that, right? You can, because you're throwing like an event at the parks. But let us know what you think. Send a dispatch us all that was going viral out there this weekend. Give us your reactions as the show rolls on. When we come back, we've got the hot sheet coming up next. C-Lane covered in toilet water and ready to bring it to you, baby. It's happening. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Hey, I fixed something. I fixed the pausing, freezing when we come back from break. I fixed it. In case anybody wasn't aware, it's 261 degrees outside. Fact check incoming. It's 88 degrees. You should have ice cream as a reward for fixing the freezing. Dan, I'm trying to help myself here, okay? I'm trying to help myself. I took these out on Courtney. Don't maybe take them out on you too. Huh? Oh, shit. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, got this one going. Okay, whoa. Whoa, shit. Oh, shit. All right, I'm going to put these away. I don't deserve any ice cream. What are those? Microphone cables. They're XLR cables. See? It's not an actual whip. It's just an XLR cable. All right? All right? Uh-oh. Sun State John with the gifted subs. Sun State John is too generous. Now, I want you to generate some generosity on your own. Stand by. Let's go Fire Lion. Thank you to Fire Lion for the gifted subscription. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Thank you to Sun State John for the 13 gifted subs. If you'd like to support the show, and I'd like you to do that, go over to thenewsjunkie.com, click that gift icon to spread the word. Make sure you grab all the merch options that are available for you. For each time you subscribe or gift subscriptions to other people, let's say you gift 5 subs, you get to claim 5 items. There's all sorts of merch items that you can claim. I don't know if I put it up. Hang on. Did I put up the back on a plane sticker? Thenewsjunkie.com. Rewards. No, it's not up yet. Now, the Jimothy Says Relax sticker is up there. That one's up there. But here's the new one. I got to put this up. The back on a plane sticker. The back on a plane sticker. I'll put it up after the show. Is Mitch McConnell still alive? Yes, as far as I know. Sean, I'm broke. I just installed new floors, painted rooms, and cleaned up that mess. I don't believe you. Holy cow. DJ Rage with the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, DJ Rage. Now we got the generosity ramped up. Now we're talking. Even just one helps. But DJ Rage coming through with 10 gifted subs to get us rolling on a Monday. Let me see. Let me send the sticker to my MacBook. Okay. Let's pull up the back on a plane sticker. Okay. I should be able to get this up by the next break. Okay, I'm going to put back on a plane up during the next break.
Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgageguyDon.com.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers. It's
Also, don't forget, you want to grab some show merch, you can get it with each gifted subscription. The Jimothy Says Relax sticker is available. During the next break, I've promised that I'm going to be adding the back on a plane sticker. There's a back on a plane sticker that is limited, as all these are. and it's me on a plane flying. It says back on a plane. I'll put that up during the next break. So if you want one of those, make sure you wait. But those will be up real soon. Right now, let's do the hot sheets.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories in the nonsense news brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And what were we calling this phenomenon where everybody was canceling their tours? Was it the blue flu? What did you call it, Sean?
Yeah, the blue fever or something. Like the blue dots were the unsold
Blue
seats,
dot
right?
fever, I think it was what you were calling it. And it has hit this band right here.
Oh, this is familiar. Depeche Mode?
No.
What is it?
You
What's
might
the
know
band?
their hit, It Must Have Been Love.
Oh, yeah.
It must have been love.
Is that Bonnie Raitt? Who is
No. Roxette.
Roxette.
Roxette would be the name of that band. There was good news and bad news about Roxette's enduring popularity this week. The good news was the 1990 smash, It Must Have Been Love, was announced as having officially joined YouTube's billion views club. And on the heels of that news, the audience that wants to hear the track performed live may not be able to get to hear it anymore because Roxette's 40th anniversary tour had all of its U.S. and Canada dates canceled on Friday, with ticket holders receiving notices their money was being refunded for the shows. Despite the group itself issuing a statement that the tour was merely being postponed, the shows have been booked into amphitheaters in North America, with the Swedish act headlining a triple bill that also included Taylor Dane.
Oh, God.
And Nick Lowe. Taylor Dane is a throwback. I saw Taylor Dane years ago.
What was her big hit? Taylor Dane.
Taylor Dane. Oh, man, now I can only think of Roxette right now.
Tell It to My Heart.
Tell it to my heart. Yeah, she had a couple good ones. For people who have been in Central Florida for a long, long time, may remember the old event Light Up Orlando that they would do downtown. I saw Taylor Dane live at they would close down all the streets. It was a big thing. I'm not sure what's going on with this band right here, but
Van Halen?
Van Halen. This is
Van Hagar.
This is Van Hagar, and Sammy Hagar, I guess, is doing a Vegas residency right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he was concerned about some of the tweets and videos he's seen about David Lee Roth, because David Lee Roth just looks like he's goofy in some of these clips of him playing. And he was like, hey, former Van Halen frontman David Lee Roth has canceled the remaining dates of his current tour, prompting a surprise olive branch from Sammy Hagar. The North American tour kicked off back in April, but now all but one date, an August 7th show at Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in South Dakota, has been axed. Roth's camp has not yet shared the reason behind the cancellation, but many speculated sluggish ticket sales could have been a factor. And then Sammy Hagar reached out and said, bro, just come to my residency. We'll get the band back together. Just come do whatever you do. He actually said, come out and just do what the F you do, which is pretty damn entertaining. I don't know if this is the greatest time for a Van Halen reunion to get Sammy and David Lee Roth back together, but I think it would be hilarious to watch. It's just the
David Lee Roth is so corny, though, to me.
Have you seen the videos?
Boozy, boozy, bump, zibum. So corny.
It was either this weekend or last weekend. I saw a video from one of his shows, and I was like, what is that dance that David Lee Roth is doing? It's super weird. 50 Cent revealed on Friday that he, Eminem, and the late Tupac are collabing on a new song. Now, it's weird to say that Tupac is collabing. I mean, they're just using a clip of him rapping, I think. Mm-hmm. But 50 and Eminem are collabing on this song, and it's going to be featured on this upcoming movie soundtrack for Street Fighter. Were you a Street Fighter kid?
We play Mortal Kombat more.
Yeah, I think you're one or the other. I have huge ties to Mortal Kombat, love Mortal Kombat. I know next to nothing about Street Fighter, and so I'll probably miss that song because I'll probably miss that movie. Other new releases, though, in music, since it's Monday, we're going to look at the new Music Monday. Charlie XCX has dropped an album, Music, Fashion, and Film. Shabuzi's got a new single with Leon Bridges called Burn It Down. Tyla, Rico Nasty, also new albums. And The Strokes has a new album called Reality Awaits that's got a 69 on one of the score websites. Also, way down the list, Shania Twain has a new album called Little Miss Twain that you can check out if you are a Shania Twain fan. Hey, another thing you should check out if you're trying to get yourself into a house, if you have a mortgage quote, you should check out that mortgageguyDon.com because he will compare your quote and see if he can get you a better rate. He wants to save you money. It's a very easy thing to do. You can even do it on your phone. Just take a picture of the quote with your phone, upload it on the Compare Your Quote tab. Don will review it with you and tell you if you're leaving money on the table. It's super easy, so find him at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thank you, C-Lane. A quick break. I put the back on a plane sticker up, by the way, for people who subscribe for a premium account on the newsjunkie.com.
Ooh, I like it.
Or you can gift if you're already a subscriber, and for each item you gift, you can claim some of the merch.
I like how you made
there.
yourself a captain for that.
Somebody's got to be the captain of this plane. So on my plane sticker, I'm popping out and back on a plane over. I like it. I think this one's going to be a big hit. But let us know. Go grab it there if you'd like one right now. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to a celebration gone horribly wrong. We'll get to this driving instructor video that has people fired up. Is this a sign of the times? And we'll get into a woman crying on a video, but people think it might be engagement bait. Is it? We'll discover all of that and more is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 10.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Mike, I see you. SSJ, Ryan, weed consumer, CDCL, I see you. Zephys, I see you over there on YouTube. Go grab that back on a plane sticker over at thenewsjunkie.com. There's 94 of them. That's it. Or the Jimothy Says Relax after Seattle this weekend. In between the stories of people base jumping off the Space Needle, and the people who were, of course, in the shootout that happened around downtown, they honored the viral raccoon Jimothy with a city proclamation this weekend in Seattle. A little more Jimothy love out there. Sean, you have any more of those snake stickers left? No, I think those are all gone. The snake ones are all gone. We have some of the Black Whopper ones, which I have here on my laptop. What I should get is just some regular ones of the logo, too. But I'm telling you, the next exclusive magnet for the month of August, crazy. Legit, I looked at it. It is my favorite magnet that's ever been made, and it's not even close. I think people are going to like this one. Thank you, Missy, for the gifted subscription. Appreciate you, Missy. You could get a premium subscription over on thenewsjunkie.com for as little as $2.99 and support the show. To hell with the corporations. Funnel the money directly to us to pay for all this stuff. Let's see here. You got a Category 5 hurricane out there, Genevieve. Not expected to make landfall, for the record. Category 5 hurricane, 160 mile per hour winds in the Pacific Ocean. Strongest storm in the Pacific Ocean in over 2 years. Thank you to 2 tickets to Pound Town for the 2 gifted subscriptions. Thank you to Onema 817 for the gifted sub. Is pillar the next sticker? You've got pillars! You've got pillars! I should make a video out of that, the pillar clip, the pick a side, since I didn't put that up on Friday. A raccoon in my neighborhood probably still has a crossbow bolt hanging out of him. Eat my effing burger, little bastard. Oh my God. I would never shoot a raccoon.
I think they're really advanced little animals. You know what's crazy? A little inside radio blab. So Nielsen is the company that does radio ratings, and that's it. That's it. It's the only game in town. I'm limited as to what I can tell you about this company, but suffice to say that in most markets, there is people have these little meters that track how many radio stations they listen to during the day and for how long they listen to them. And that's how they report back in this little electronic device on what they're actually listening to. It's not the greatest way to track actual listenership, but it's what we got. In a city the size of Orlando, at any given time, you might have like maybe 50 people out there. That's it. You might have 50 people out there. So during one show, you might have like 5 or 6 or 8 meters that are active. That's how they judge how many people are listening to these shows. In Puerto Rico, Nielsen is discontinuing their radio and TV ratings. That means the 3.2 million people of Puerto Rico will no longer have any measurement system at all for television or radio. They will not know in 2026 who's listening to what radio station or television station on the entire island of Puerto Rico. They only had about 25% of the stations in the market paying their very high fees. So if you want to get your ratings numbers back, you have to subscribe to Nielsen, and they'll show you all of the ratings, but you only get yours if you're a subscriber, and it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month. And so they're not even going to be doing it at all in Puerto Rico. It's your best guess as to what they're listening to or watching over there. All right, here we go. Coming back.
Just like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Preset. Preset. That's preset. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
week ahead of us, and we're happy you're along for the ride. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's work in some stuff here that I've promised over the course of the show. Let's see what we got. One, there was a fireworks show gone wrong this weekend at a major league, or rather minor league baseball park in Richmond, Virginia, and the fireworks started to malfunction and just shoot fireworks at the stands instead of up into the air where they were supposed to go. And
okay.
So they were just filming as all hell started to break loose. I don't know what went wrong, but they started firing horizontally. Thank you, Big Tires, for the 5 gifted subs. No, you don't. No, thank you, Big Tires, for the 5 gifted subs. Some of them are going up in the air, but a lot of them are firing directly at the stands.
I gotta say, the ones that seem to be doing what they're supposed to do don't look that great.
No, it's all smoky, too. Like, something has really gone wrong here. This
Like
was
usually,
the discount fireworks company, I think.
Usually for these displays, don't they like set up in a field that's outside of the venue and shoot them all off there? And then so you have your fireworks display for the game that you can see from the venue, but you're not shooting them from the field.
This is like the pitcher's mound. This is like they're firing them sideways off the pitcher's mound. Everybody in the stands is running for cover.
Somebody is laughing sadistically about this entire thing.
Somebody is having a blast. There's one person like, who's just really thrilled about this whole thing. So there you go. Authorities said no injuries were reported. An investigation is underway. We now know. Okay, let me zoom that on out. What else did I have for you? A few things. Oh, there's a lot of, we got to address this a little bit here. There's a lot of engagement bait on all platforms right now. That's on Instagram, TikTok. These things are pretty out of control right now. And I'm trying to highlight some of these things to show you that you need to be more skeptical of what you're watching. People are really bad, actually, at determining what's legit and what's not because they forget a couple of things. Like, forget that not everybody's like you. Not everybody has the mindset you do. Not everybody has zero shame, right? Not everybody... Like, some of these people have absolutely no shame, so they'll do anything online. When you watch it, you're like, well, I could never do that. I would be so embarrassed. They're not embarrassed. They don't care. These people have no shame. They'll post anything online. And this one story that I keep seeing, you're like, do you see this, Sean? This woman is crying because people started attacking her online after she posted some political thing. And I'm telling you, just like she posted the political thing that she didn't agree with to begin with, to make people freak out, she posted this thing where she was crying. And she's like, I do content for a living.
I do content creation and I love it. But I posted a photo yesterday.
All right, so it's a photo of her by an ice machine at like a convenience store or something. And it says, F 99% of Congress, F SCOTUS, F Satan Yahoo. Like that's the president of Israel, if you weren't knowing, Benjamin Netanyahu. F Zios.
I thought you didn't like Modest Yahoo.
No, him too, though. He's a Jew too. So F Zios, which is just a stand-in in almost all cases it's used for Jews. F colonialism, which is a big indicator that the person saying it is a very, very dumb individual with a tiny mind. F corporate America, F the Epstein class, which people use that word. I don't even know necessarily what that means. F billionaires, it's time we revolt. So she wrote this on her post. And then she said that people started like making fun of her and that now she's crying with the video. I'm telling you, she posted that original photo for engagement and knew people were going to get upset and then posted the video of her crying like, oh, people were making fun of me. Oh, also for engagement.
There were just hundreds of people in the comments.
Oh no. Poor thing.
Just calling me the most horrible things that you could ever think of.
I scrubbed through it too. I didn't hear her say that. That stuff wears on your soul, she says. All right. That stuff wears on your soul. And she says, reading over and over again. I don't think she curses again. All right. Can I risk it? You seem uncomfortable.
Watch the captions.
I will. The caption was so closely tied to when she said the S word. That can't possibly be my fault, can it?
Yes.
I couldn't envision a world where that was my responsibility. She says, this S hurts, okay? She's inconsolable.
Over and over again how fat and ugly I am. And how I have no worth.
So I say that this kind of stuff is just as fake as so much that we react to online is just people who have no shame willing to do this to themselves. I know somebody that I see on my social media feeds, and they are, I don't want to give away who this is. They are incredibly embarrassing and overly dramatic and constantly with some like stuff that I would be so ashamed to put out there publicly, but they revel in it. And I think sometimes these people will monetize their accounts and they go, oh, I can make $100 a month on some social media platform, completely debasing myself, just like not in a sexual way, just like completely embarrassing myself and crying and like causing all this drama because people love to watch a train wreck like that. And I think a lot of times the person at the center of it doesn't mean it. I think this is fake. Almost assuredly, she knows exactly what she's doing and she's getting the reaction out of people that they want. She goes viral for the post and then viral for the reaction and then monetizes it all for quarters. Like, you're not even getting any real money out of what you're doing here. It's so embarrassing, for God's sake.
The post that she started with kind of reminded me of something I saw over the weekend, and I almost commented on because I thought it was so stupid. It was talking about the Zion thing is what reminded me of it.
Zios, yeah, the Zios.
Zios, but
just for the uninitiated, they call Israeli Jews mostly Zionists. It's a way for people many times, not always, but many times, to criticize Jews without just saying Jews. Usually, you can just use them back and forth. And a Zionist implies somebody that believes that Israel has the right to exist. So anyhow, go back to
somebody on Facebook, or maybe it was Reddit, but it was something. It was about something local, and they claimed that they were at some bar or restaurant or somewhere that they were offered drugs in the bathroom by the bathroom attendant. Like the bathroom attendant offered to sell them coke or something like that. And the commenter said, "Yeah, want to buy some coke from Zionists?" And I go, "I'm sorry, man. If you're buying drugs, do you care about their political beliefs?"
Do you search your drug dealers for what's it? The BDS list? Is that what it is? There's a list of Jewish companies that people boycott because of Israel and Palestine.
Buy my coke from a Zionist. Shut up.
If you're desperate enough for your next round of hits, you'll buy them for whoever you don't care. You know what? Here's the thing. Over the years, and if there's anybody young listening, do not do drugs. Do not do drugs. Don't get involved in this. It can ruin your life. I've seen it ruin people who are very close to me, ruin their entire lives. Drugs are bad, and I don't want you to do them. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I don't know the political leanings of a single person I've ever bought drugs from.
Nope. Not a once.
I couldn't care less. Like, whoa. Before you hand that bag of drugs to me, I'm going to need to know your thoughts on this random, country in the Middle East. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care. All right. Let's see. Here is the story that's making a lot of people talk today. This woman posted a video online that went viral. Her name is Sarah Gilson. Sarah Gilson. Here's the original video. All right. I don't know what documentary or docuseries that sound is, but it's from some documentary.
Yeah, but this is a trend that's been going on for a little bit where people are recreating the scene in a documentary where somebody who is about to do the tell-all does their first sit down in the chair, and they're testing the cameras or putting on the microphone, and they're acting like, hey, I am about to be interviewed for this big documentary that I'm in and doing my tell-all. I've seen a couple other people do it. I think it's actually kind of funny. It's kind of clever.
It's good, right?
I knew it. The first one that I saw was actually a guy who works in radio and was like sitting down to give his tell-all on the 90s or something like that. And I was like, I knew exactly what was going on from the jump, and it was clever and it's kind of funny.
BDMX Con says corny AF meme. I disagree. It's kind of fun. So if there was a docuseries about the downfall of the news junkie, Sean Wasson revealed, the terrible monster finally put on display in front of the world. And they said, we really need to get a hold of C-Lane. We've got to get C-Lane so we can see the inside story of what was happening behind the scenes. And then C-Lane would do a video and he'd stand up and it'd be walking slowly to dramatically sit down in the seat like they're about to interview him. I got it, right? I get it. I can see what happens. This woman posted this, and she sits down in her seat. She's a younger lady. I don't have her age, but I'm going to take a guess, early 30s, maybe late 20s. I don't know how old she is, but on her post on social media, it says, preparing for when Netflix drops a documentary about my soon-to-be ex-husband, who I just found out is a pedophile. All right? And the caption on the post was, wish I was joking, hashtag plot twist, hashtag Netflix documentary. So she says, prepare for a Netflix documentary where they drop this about my soon-to-be ex-husband, who I just found out it was a pedophile. And I guess 2 days after she posted this online, 2 or 3 days after this, she was murdered by the soon-to-be ex-husband. Mm-hmm. Her husband murdered her. The guy was a coach who was accused of, I think, groping some young person that he was attached to.
I think that he got caught like making out with a 15-year-old or something.
Yeah. It says a social media influencer, this is from NBC News, was allegedly killed by her estranged husband less than 2 weeks after she posted on TikTok accusing him of touching a young person.
He was spotted kissing and fondling a 15-year-old who played youth basketball on the team that he coached.
She had about 30,000 followers on social media when she dropped the accusation about what had happened there. And it says, on June 9th, about a month before Gilson posted the video, a girl and a parent told police that Duffy, her husband, who coached the girls' traveling basketball team, inappropriately touched her during an event at an elementary school earlier that evening. Another team coach saw what happened and immediately intervened and reported to the girl's parent. So then she hears about this. She's ready to get a divorce. She does the meme online. She even had a protective order against him. But so often we realize the plight of women in these cases where protective orders don't do anything for you. It is a piece of paper meant to only stop somebody if you can get them before they actually kill the target of this. That happens far too often, all right? Far too often that this occurs. And this woman had a protective order against this guy, and it didn't matter. So I guess, he ended up catching up with her and killing her just days after she posted this online.
Yeah, and the 911 call came from a kid in the house.
Did it? I did have some emergency audio, but this isn't the kid, I don't think. I wouldn't want to play that. This is dispatch audio. I don't want to play it if it's the kid. I think this is just a dispatcher talking about what's going on. Here it is.
1, 2, 7. 66. 32 and 66. I'm trying to reach him back, but I could hear a female in the background screaming and crying. Some sort of loud bang in the background.
Jesus.
An old male that we were looking for a few weeks ago after he got caught kissing a juvenile.
All right, so it's hard to hear what was going on there, but it seemed like the person said, I heard a woman, she was screaming and crying during a call, and then I heard a shot, heard some sort of shot ringing out in the background. So that's what happened to this. It's just it's got to be so frustrating. MFQ says, I'm curious on Sean's thoughts of this. Obviously, she didn't deserve to die. Should she not have brought that to social media? Well, I'm not going to suggest that she brought this on herself by making accusations that appear to line up with some facts suggesting that she was right away. You know, that her husband was touching some teenage girl who's underage. No, I'm not going to suggest that she brought that on herself. I'm going to instead suggest, as I often do in cases like this, that so often there are people, it's most generally speaking, it's a woman, and she's got some crazy guy who is threatening her, and then she goes through the process, which is more difficult than it should be, to get a no contact order. Now, I have opinions on this that I think are so unradical, I don't realize why nobody has adopted them. I think if somebody requests a no contact order, a two-way no contact order should be granted immediately. Okay? That's my thoughts on this. I think if anybody requests a no contact order for another person, a two-way no contact order should be granted immediately. Meaning that if somebody says, like, I want this guy to stay away from me, I don't want him anywhere near me, they should say, we don't know who's telling the truth and who's not, so we want neither one of you to be anywhere within any distance of each other. Both
Now-
of you stay away from each other. Nobody's seen as guilty or whatever, but I think they should be granted immediately.
If that was the case for this particular situation here, and she asked for the no contact order, and she got granted a two-way, she's not allowed to contact him, he's not allowed to contact her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think posting this video would be in violation of the order?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because you're not, when you have a no contact order, like there's even stretches of the imagination as far as contact goes. Like you can't text the person. You cannot send the person a message that's not, being sent by some sort of member of law enforcement or member of the court system. Like if I had a no contact order from you, I couldn't send Josh to go to your house and pick up stuff or deliver a message because that would be contact.
I would want these people in my circumstance of automatically granting these orders, these no contact orders, two ways. I would want the people involved to still be able to have the freedom of speech to address whatever the issue was. I would just want immediately, without some process, I would want it granted that these two people cannot physically be near each other. It does not suggest who is right, who is wrong. It just says flat out they should stay away from each other and not be near each other. It's more complicated when you get into like proxies and some of the stuff you're highlighting there.
Right.
That does add layers to which are interesting and of note. But for me, I would grant that immediately. And then I would say in a case where you have a judge look at this and the judge believes that there is a legitimate threat for an individual, I think, and this would not be popular with some of you, but I think that person should be subject to monitoring. I think that they should have to have some sort of app on their phone to ensure that they're not going near the person that the judge says they are indeed a threat to. I don't think it should just simply be like, congratulations, here's a piece of paper. So if the person attacks you, call 911, scream real loud, and then you could say, I told you, I told you, I told you. You know, I think there should be something more proactive going on. So I don't know. Some of you want to blame her for posting this online. What? For posting the truth? If this guy was, sure, you could say, like, that's not technically a pedophile. If this guy, her husband.
Who would say that?
Because it's not technically. It's like the technicality thing that people would bring up. Because technically that means somebody who's prepubescent and not a 15-year-old girl or whatever. But what you're looking at here is, generally speaking, something that people would say would be within her free speech. Generally speaking, seems to line up with what was happening in her case. I'm not going to fault her for that. If she feels like she was wrong, she posted some stuff on social media. You can't say when the guy kills her, well, you know, what do you expect to happen? You called him out on TikTok. That's just not how I view it, but you guys can disagree.
I think it makes him look more guilty.
Yeah, really. I mean,
you don't kill people over like a false accusation, typically.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. And they're both dead now. You know, he turned the gun on himself, I guess, afterwards. But that's what happened this weekend, and we'll keep an eye on that story as well. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some of the stuff about Seattle and a warning beforehand. I've got to pick a side on the way. I've got maybe the dumbest take of the day. Literally dumbest take of the day will come up in just a moment here. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Ranked by, I guess, tourist attractions in America. Some
It's
magazine.
got to be the Big D.
Which one?
The Big D.
What was that?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. I don't want to get in trouble.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes. How are you, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Got to pick a side on the way. Got the worst take I've ever heard in my life on the way. Seattle, what happened there this weekend on the way.
This report is sponsored by Capital One Bank. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena, streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. Weekend full of
Stand by. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Hey, everybody. They should have stronger knife laws. What, in the UK? They should have stronger don't let radical Islamists into your country laws. Hey, but that's just me. Maybe that's just me. They should have stronger don't let radical Islamists into your country and coddle them laws. In this case, the police have been looking for the husband for over a month. Not a good idea to inflame the situation since he wasn't in custody. Yeah, I mean, would I agree that it's not a good idea to make things worse? Yes. Yes, I would agree with that. I would agree that it makes things worse and it inflames things. But it kind of starts to sound like the short skirt argument after a little while, where it's like, hey, the person to blame is this guy for allegedly hooking up with a 15-year-old. Not too uncommon for these coaches. Just saying. I'm just saying. In the world of teachers, there's a lot of young female teachers in their 20s and 30s who end up hooking up with their 16, 17-year-old students. In the world of coaches, there's a lot of guys who will end up hooking up with the teenage girls on these teams they coach. But I still blame him. I blame him. That's Islamophobic, Sean? Well, then I am that thing. Okay? In the famed words of Shia LaBeouf, then I am that thing. 3 minutes. Stephen A. Smith getting some heat in the sports world. Why? Stephen A. Smith says the NFL needs to ban marijuana, punish players who test positive for marijuana, and he says marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug. Does anybody actually believe that marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug? What performance does it enhance? What thing does marijuana make you better at? ESPN star Stephen A. Smith says players should be suspended and punished for testing positive for marijuana, and marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug. In the NBA. Eating chips? Anxiety? Like what? Like if somebody said, Sean, tomorrow there's going to be a track and field competition and you're going to compete against every man in chat right now. I'd say, okay, as long as it's fair. And I'd say, one of these guys practices every day. I'd be like, okay, that's fair. One of these guys is on steroids. I'd be like, hell, hold on. That's performance enhancing. I said, one of these guys is a habitual weed smoker. I'd say, I'm fine. I'm good. I wouldn't suggest that there was an unfair advantage going on there. Thank you, Mama Greaser, for the dispatch. We'll get to that in a bit. Stephen A. Smith is a tick. One way to put it. And he only speaks the dumbest of opinions. Well, this is definitely a dumb opinion, in my opinion. I just don't know that I can grasp the idea that weed is going to make you better at anything. You're not going to run faster or jump higher after a joint. Someone explain to me like I'm in kindergarten how marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not making sense of that one. All right, here we go. We're coming back right now. Stay by.
On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Preset. Preset. That's preset. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Dumbest take I've heard all week, but it's the beginning of the week. So there's a lot of time to outdo this. And I know what you're thinking. Sean, your takes are dumber than this sometimes. No, they're not. No, they're not. This is a really dumb take. I'm just going to be honest with you. Somebody sent this over and they said, do you see Stephen A. Smith? I guess he's the guy from ESPN. Mm-hmm. And I guess he has now said that he wants the NBA to go back to testing players for marijuana use. And he has shared his belief that marijuana should be classified as a performance-enhancing drug.
Okay,
and
what?
When I heard this, I guess he just did an interview. He was like, marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug. I was like, marijuana might be a bunch of things, but I have never thought of it as enhancing any performance. Like what's a performance that marijuana makes you better at? Sleeping, yes. In the World Sleeping Championships, marijuana should be seen as a performance-enhancing drug.
Let's see. Sleep championships. If there was some sort of championship for zoning out and ignoring my friends, yeah, that one too.
Not responding to text messages for way too long. Yes, marijuana, performance-enhancing drug. And is the performance eating Doritos while playing PlayStation? Somebody said, yeah. I mean, like, other than that, do I think if I was going to compete with some athlete and we were going to play basketball against each other and they said, Sean, I just want to warn you, this person is going to get shockingly stoned before your competition. I go, good. That'll give me a better opportunity to beat them because there's no way anybody throws a basketball better when they're high. There's just no way. There's no way that's a performance enhancing drug in any sense of the word.
There was like famously a story that like Michael Jordan would go out golfing on the day of a Bulls game and just house beers with his friends and show up pretty buzzed to work, and he's still got the job done because he's Michael Jordan. But what I call that performance enhancing, I would think it would be the opposite.
I could tell you for our job, it is not a performance enhancing drug. It is not. If I right now,
some of the listeners would disagree. Oh,
if I got high right now, I'd be, oh boy, I'd be all sorts of sideways. It would not enhance my performance. Baseball, soccer, basketball, football. I don't see how it doesn't give you a leg up. I don't understand. That's the dumbest take I've heard in a long time. That guy makes a lot of money at ESPN. Maybe they'll hire me over there. ESPN shouts out to your boy over here. I'll take the gig.
He's got his own like section of his Wikipedia page about his opposition to recreational marijuana, and he like routinely, when stuff goes down on the court or in the field, tells players to stay off the weed.
Does he say the weed like an oldo?
Yes.
What the hell
on
is that?
occasions when players are found to be involved with the drug, Smith may loudly tell them to, quote, stay off the weed, end quote. Such NFL players include Stedman Bailey, Adrian Peterson, Josh Gordon, there's a whole list of Le'Veon Bell, a whole list of players that he's had to tell to stay off the weed.
I got into this before with that lady who was kind of trashy in the long run, but the Olympian, Sha'Carri Richardson, I think might have been her name. I might be getting that wrong. She tested positive for marijuana and then was punished or blocked from performing in the Olympics. And I had the same take there. I was like, I don't think we should encourage people to smoke weed. I don't think weed is good for you by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just somebody who thinks people should have the freedom to make choices, whether you think they're a good choice or a bad choice. It doesn't really matter. Life is about you living and enjoying yourself on this crazy mission that we're all on together. And if being high is the way you want to do it, Godspeed, friend. Good luck out there in the world. But I said in her case, I'm like, I don't think her smoking marijuana is going to make her better at track and field.
No.
And I don't think any of these athletes are going to be made to run faster or do anything. I don't think it's going to make you better at anything. Here's a dispatch on this topic from Eskimo Brother. Let's see what he says.
What up, news junkies?
Hey.
Hey, man. Happy Monday, bro.
You too.
It's a good day. It's hot as heck outside.
True.
And what you were saying earlier about that newscaster in the NBA, you know what I'm saying, about the, marijuana and stuff. Man, he probably just a hater because he can't get it up.
Oh, is that a thing about him? I never heard this before.
I've
heard people say he looks like Ernie. He looks like Ernie from Bert and Ernie.
A little bit.
I've heard some things, but I've never heard anybody say that he has a problem maintaining an erection. So maybe that's nonsense, but let's go over to this. Here's Mama Greaser talking about no contact orders in Florida.
Good afternoon, news junkies.
Hey.
So this is something I'm not proud to be educated in, but you guys are talking about the guy who killed the woman who posted the TikTok video. And I'm not sure if that happened here in Florida or not. But let me tell you how hard it is to get a restraining order or a no contact order in Florida. They will not grant it unless the person has made a physical act against your life. They can threaten you in text messages, emails, voicemails, on all of your socials. It doesn't matter until they physically act on it. I've tried to do this twice and been denied twice for it. So it's really not that easy. I would love to say that judges are just like, here, have it, and like you said, it's just a little piece of paper. It really doesn't keep the other person from actually doing anything, but proving you right in the end. So anyways, love you guys. Have a great show.
Thank you. Appreciate the dispatch. Yeah, I 100% agree. That's why I said there should just be a process by which you can get a two-way no contact order saying there's a problem with me and this person. I won't go near them. They won't go near me. And they just hand them out like candy. And I know you might say well, Sean, that would be impossible to enforce on that level. This is just a piece of paper to begin with. I don't see why this is a no-fault thing. You would just issue it and you would say, these two people, we can't look into all the nitty-gritty of what's happening here and who's right and who's wrong. We can't pick a side. We just simply say, stay away from each other. I think that is better than the situation that we have now. Now, somebody did make a point. There's a lot of people making this point, actually, that woman who posted the TikTok video calling her husband a pedo and saying, she's going to be in the inevitable Netflix docuseries about him to her 30,000 TikTok followers or Instagram or whatever. They're saying that needlessly inflamed the situation, which is true. It is true that needlessly inflamed the situation. But I don't think that people should have to operate under those pretenses. Like
what? Like I just can't say anything that might needlessly inflame the situation?
Yeah, I think you should still be able to speak your mind. I think you should still, if the person did something, you post that. If you're not right, then the person should sue you, and then round and round we go.
Do you think it's weird that she did it in meme form?
Kind of, yeah.
Looking back, I know it's hard to kind of judge that based on now that we know where that path led her. But, just to say, go out there and call your husband out for being a pedophile, but to decide to do it in such a way that's trendy is kind of odd. I mean, I don't hate it.
I get it. I understand that. But I think I probably would have advised her not to do it. But we can't say therefore some percentage of this is her fault. Because that's what you're doing, right? You're opening this up because you're going, well, she really shouldn't have done that. Now you're dead. And, no, the guy shouldn't have allegedly have been with a 15-year-old. The guy shouldn't have violently attacked and killed his wife. Those are the problems here. Those are the things, not the person who made a TikTok, at least to me. Here's somebody for the Rate My Blank, which is Rate My Mess this week. Michelle says, this is my office at church. I may need an intervention. And is that a pizza box, Michelle?
It is, yes.
Oh, come on.
There is a lot of junk in this picture. You got almost more screens than C-Line.
No. Preposterous.
There's stuff all over. Still not the worst. I have still seen way worse than this. Rate my mess. This person. Oh, is this outside your house? What are you, a hobo? What is going on here? There's trash cans knocked over, and
this doesn't seem that bad because the space in which the mess is in is very not contained. It's just like spread out, so it seems like
yard.
It seems like less mess to me.
Yeah, it's a good submission. We appreciate this. That's Kevin over there. Somebody says to save money, I had to clean out my storage unit quickly. Oh God! All right, you're in hoarder territory.
Yep.
Whoever sent this over, this is Giselle. Giselle, this is a red flag city. By the way, these are visual. You could see them all. Go into the newsjunkie.com in the dispatch section. You can see all the ones that people have submitted. We'll take them over the course of the week and we'll award a prize to the best. Alien says, this is my office. What are you? You've got old tube TVs. What do they call those monitors? CRT monitors. And you got just old papers that probably you don't need anymore, I would guess, stacked everywhere. God almighty, some of you, get it together. This is my cousin Mose with his son and his mess. This is a kid's room, though. I can understand what's going on here. Let it get out of control, then you clean it up a little bit afterwards. That seems fine. We'll take more of your submissions for Rate My Blank this week. Rate My Mess. We want to see how messy your office, your room, your car. I don't know how nobody sent in like a car. Some of you, like my sister, God rest her soul. Love my sister more than anything. But my sister, especially when she lived in Vermont. Some of you northern people are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It is way too cold sometimes to clean out your car. And when you're driving to work and you're getting Starbucks or McDonald's, you just start piling it around. My sister would literally have it. So it was like there was a driver's seat carved out of a trash mountain in the rest of her car. It was like the passenger seat gone,
Man,
back seat gone.
There used to be a car like that was parked downtown, and like you knew it when you saw it. Like it was a regular staple of the street parking spots in the downtown area, like west of the interstate.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, how does anybody live in that car? Or maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is they do live in that car.
Yeah,
but it's just gross.
My sister just let it pile up over time, and then it would be the end of the winter, and she'd go, okay, I got to clean this out. And then one time my dad said, let's count them. And I think she had 100 or more McDonald's bags, like 100 different ones. And that wasn't the only thing. That's how bad it was. So if you've got one of those for Rate My Mess.
We had a coworker that did a similar thing, but they're all Beefy King.
Yes. Well, look, I love Beefy King as much as the next guy. But if you've done that to yourself, you might as well get a prize out of it. Submit yours at thenewsjunkie.com as a photo dispatch. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty's on the way. We got a pick a side headed to you. This driving instructor video that's going viral. I talked about all of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI is great at math. We're great at bad decisions. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
Here's what's
quick Mills Air live read, and then back to you. Back to you. 2 tickets to Pound Town says, no, Sean. It takes almost no effort to keep your damn car clean. Keep a plastic bag in your car and throw it away when you stop for gas. Don't excuse people being nasty asses. I'm just saying it happens, buddy.
$1 million offer sheet, the Thunder gave Spencer Jones. I'm Frank Garrity.
Divers Down Safety is all about visibility and distance. Whether you're diving, snorkeling, or harvesting, use a device that's clearly visible from all directions. Boaters, always keep a safe distance and more when possible. Know the rules and stay safe. Visit myfwc.com.
Quick temperature check for you. 91 degrees. 91 degrees. Right here in the mix of things, the heat of the day. If you know that when you get home, your air conditioning is not going to be working like it should be, it's not going to be as cold as it should be, don't just put up with that. Don't deal with that. And don't freak out because you think it's going to be too expensive. It's so worth it to make yourself comfortable. When you're just enjoying your day after a long day at work, whatever it is,
you deserve for your AC to work properly. Mills Air, they'll get you there. They'll be fair about it. They'll be decent about it. And they're ready to help you out. No matter what kind of AC setup you have, the Mills Air techs are going to come out and get it fixed quickly, cheaply, and done the right way. Mills Air is also a Carrier factory authorized dealer. And the best thing about it is you pick up the phone, you dial 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. And one of the people from Mills Air will pick up the phone, a human will pick up the phone, schedule you very quickly to get somebody out, and your AC is going to be fixed just like that. If you can't remember the number, go to millsair.com.
Hey, Orlando, why settle for one dealership when you can shop 3? Greenway Kia.
All right, folks. Thanks for your Rate My Mess submissions so far. On the way, the Power Hour. We're going to open up the phone lines in the final hour of the show. See what you have to say. Now, I'm going to tell you a story, and you tell me if you think this person should be in trouble for what they did. This is pretty wild. True story. This is from TechCrunch today. And the story says the U.S. Justice Department is currently prosecuting an American. All right, so this is an American citizen for allegedly providing U.S. border authorities with a passcode that wiped the contents of his phone. This is thought to be the first known case in the United States where federal prosecutors have charged somebody for alleged destruction of data for using a duress password built into the phone software. This is Atlanta resident Samuel Tunick, who's fighting the charges. This is a feature in Graphene OS, which is an Android operating system. The authorities will take your phone. When they take your phone, they will demand your password. When you give them the password, you can give them the wrong password, which will essentially lead to a self-destruct of all of the data on the phone. That's what this guy did, and they are prosecuting him for it. Do you think that should be a crime? Yes or no, chat? When they ask you for the code to your phone, you go, the code to my phone? Ha ha ha. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when they put that in, that fires off the code that makes it so your data gets destroyed on your phone. Should that be a crime? No. No, presumed innocent until proven guilty. No, it's his device, his codes to give out. They are saying it is the destruction of evidence. And they are trying to arrest this person for doing it. Not a single yes so far. Not even one yes in Mega Chat. No way, Jose. That's crazy, right? Folks, if you're on YouTube, do me a favor. Hit that like button. I would appreciate it if you did that. I hope you will. Take a second, hit that like button. All right, stand by.
Your doctor or pharmacist. I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts, and most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
over. Hang out with us in the world's most viral newsroom. Wait till you hear this story that's coming up in Jury Duty. It's just moments from right now. Big thanks to all the folks who have supported us so far. You could go over and subscribe to a premium account for as little as $2.99 a month over on the website, or gift a subscription to somebody else to claim some merch items, stickers, pins, magnets, all the rest available for you. If you give 5 subs, well, guess what? With those 5 subscription gifts, you get to claim 5 points worth of items over on the website. Go check that out at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, I've got a story in Jury Duty that is so crazy to me. I think this is right down your alley. I'm interested to see what you think about this. So here we go. Let's do Jury Duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on Jury Duty with the News Junkie.
I want to bring this up in front of me. This is from TechCrunch. It says, U.S. accuses of American of allegedly wiping his phone using a, quote, duress password during a border search. Oh. All right. This is interesting. There's never been a case like this before. Never. The U.S. Justice Department is prosecuting an American citizen for allegedly providing the U.S. border authorities with a passcode that, when entered, wiped the contents of his phone. This is thought to be the first known case in the United States where federal prosecutors have charged somebody for the alleged destruction of data using a duress password built into a phone software. According to The Guardian, which covered the story earlier this week, following a court hearing on this, there was a guy named Samuel Tunick from Atlanta, Georgia. He's fighting these charges. Now, Customs and Border Protection seized his phone as he was coming back to the United States without. They said they seized his phone and they took it from him, but they didn't have the passcode. Now, he had an operating system called Graphene OS. Graphene OS is a custom Android operating system that runs in place of the software on modern Google Pixel devices.
I was going to say, this definitely doesn't sound like anything that an iPhone would do, although I did see recently that if you lock yourself out of your phone by doing the passcode too many times, one of the options is to wipe it, which seems kind of weird.
Right. Yeah, so you have your passcode that lets you into your phone, and then on these special Android installs, you have a special destruction code. And so they said to the guy, just give us the passcode. We need to get into your phone. Just give it to us now. And he goes,
just give us the disc and we'll give you your life back.
He says, all right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and his phone self-destructs. And they said, now you're in trouble. You destroyed evidence in this case because you gave us a false passcode that deleted all the data. The software feature allows the device owner to set a passcode that deliberately wipes the contents of the device if entered instead of the user's unlocked passcode. Tunick's case raises ongoing questions about what constitutional rights can be invoked at the border, which the U.S. government has long asserted is not U.S. soil until a person is authorized to enter. The government's indictment, which contains a typo, instead of United States Code, it says Untied States Code. It's kind of funny. Accuses Tunick of allegedly providing a passcode to border agents that caused the phone to delete the digital contents. Tunick's attorneys filed a motion to suppress the evidence, saying it was an unlawful seizure and a violation of his Fourth Amendment rights. You have a Fourth Amendment right in the U.S. Constitution to against unlawful search and seizure, meaning that anybody who wants to search through your stuff needs a court-delivered warrant being specific about what they're looking for and where they're looking for it, and that other than you giving them permission, they cannot just take your stuff and search it, right? But they said it doesn't matter. We're at the border. The border is not U.S. territory technically, so we don't have to abide by the
So you don't get a
there.
Fourth Amendment right.
But I would say the U.S. government interfacing with a U.S. citizen should always have to abide by the Constitution. Doesn't matter
even
where
by
it is.
Untied States Code.
Yes, and I don't care if it's somebody who's not a U.S. citizen. I don't think people who are not U.S. citizens should be granted all of the same rights the Constitution grants its citizens. But if a U.S. citizen is interfacing with the U.S. federal government, I don't care if they're not in America. I think they still should have to follow the constitutional rights that person has.
So it says the duress pin /password will irreversibly wipe the device along with any installed eSIMs. So you not only is the device wiped out, but it can't make any more phone calls because it just deleted all the SIM information.
That's crazy.
Once entered anywhere where the device credentials are requested on the lock screen, along with any such prompt in the OS, the wipe does not require a reboot and cannot be interrupted. It can be set up in the owner profile. Duress PIN is used solely for PIN entry and Duress password for password entry. They will also wipe the device when entered as the two-factor fingerprint unlock PIN. If the password is the same as the actual unlock method, that always takes precedence. So you can't set the Duress password to be the actual password.
Yeah, okay, because good. You wouldn't want people accidentally deleting all their stuff. But
this reminds me of that, like, urban myth, I think, that they had back in the day where you could put in your ATM pin backwards, and that was supposed to call the authorities immediately.
Oh, really? I never heard of that.
You never heard this? There was supposed to be, there was like a rumor, urban legend or something, that if say your ATM pin was 1234, but somebody was holding you at gunpoint and telling you, put in your ATM code, empty out your account, give me all your money, and you put in 4321, it would, and I think this is where the stories kind of started branching out a little bit, it would call the police and maybe still give you the money, but also alert the authorities so that you didn't get hurt. But it was supposed to be so that any person holding you at gunpoint, right? Yeah, I don't think that's because there was never, I've never been told that I couldn't have a pin that was the same forward and backwards.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've not heard of that before. It's interesting, though. But I think if somebody gets your phone, first of all, you shouldn't be required to give your lock password to anybody who's got your phone. I don't care if it's the feds or not. They can kiss my ass. Second of all, if I give you a code and it deletes the phone, well, I got one over on you.
Mm-hmm.
You can still subpoena all my accounts. You can subpoena my accounts from any app that you think I had installed on my phone. You can subpoena my accounts with Google in the Google Play Store to see what apps I had. You can get every piece of data on there if you have the warrant to do so and replicate the data that was stored in the cloud from that user.
I would bet that this OS, because it's so focused on your privacy and focused on security, that not only does it wipe the phone, but it probably overwrites the entire phone. Because if you were to just delete all the stuff on your hard drive right now, it would still be there. Everything just gets marked delete.
Yeah,
right. And then you could use specific kinds of software to go in and try and undo that, or there's forensic evidence that can stay on a drive. However, if you do it where it just writes over everything with like blank lines or something, then it's really gone. It's gone.
Let us know what you think. Should that be something that's against the law? Give us your dispatches, emails, and all the rest. Quick break, back with a power hour. We're kicking that off. When we come back, it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio has your chance to help students and teachers as they prepare for the new school year. Details at realradio.fm/events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to look out for on Colonial eastbound at Summerlin Avenue. The left lane's blocked where Reinhardt Road meets County Road 46A. There's a crash slowing down that intersection. An accident on Apopka Vineland Road at Palm Parkway. The left lane's blocked heading northbound and southbound there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Stand by, just second up a song for Today I Learned. That's where I want to be. Play mode on. Cool. Elon Musk is no longer a trillionaire. SpaceX market value plummeting. Tesla dragged along with it. Elon Musk calls himself a former trillionaire now. Unrealized gains unrealizing themselves. Play something by Garbage or some other trash theme band? Possibly. Hi, Cooper. Cooper, get away from that iPad. Cooper. Put down the iPad. You realize I could see you on this thing, right? It's a two-way device. I can see you. Put down the iPad. Start paying attention. Life is happening all around you. All right, now back to it. John the Terminator. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Sharkbait says, they say cleanliness is the closest to heaven. No, they do not. I think they say cleanliness is close to godliness. I think that's what you're going for. David says, I'm down $1,000 on my Tesla stock, but I just made 100 today on SpaceX. Jason says, karma, he's a SOB. I'm not covered in magnets, so I'm doing pretty good. Oh, maggots. Oh, that's gross. Let's give you an exclusive here for the stream. Stream exclusive. Comic-Con 2026. It has been confirmed that Ryan Gosling will be Johnny Blaze in a new Ghost Rider film on the way. Ryan Gosling literally now joining every other actor on planet Earth as a member of the MCU. Ryan Gosling as Johnny Blaze in a new Ghost Rider film. Black Panther, even though I believe, didn't Black Panther say they would never recast the role of Black Panther? One of the most overrated movies of all time. Black Panther 1 was okay. Black Panther 2 was nonsensical. Terrible script. Black Panther 3, they said they have finally recast the role. David Johnson announced as the new Black Panther, who will play the son of T'Challa, the original Black Panther character. So they're just going to make him his son. The Lord of Rings, The Rings of Power was announced at Comic-Con 2026. Blade Runner 2099, they took Blade Runner and they put a woman in it. They Ghostbustered it. Blade Runner 2099, Ridley Scott bringing that. And Carrie, the series, is coming October 7th to Prime Video. Matthew Lillard is in it. I guess they put a trans actor somewhere in that film too, which caused some people to react. But the trans person is one of the bullies, so it's like, I don't know what you got going on there. Carrie is like maybe one of my least favorite Stephen King stories, for what it's worth. Stephen King got some good stories, man. That guy wrote some great stuff. He's a little crazy, but he wrote some good stuff. All right, here we go. Coming back.
Prevnar20.com now. Scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to...
That drags us in to the final hour of the show. Hope you had some fun at least today. If you missed anything, get the podcast, which is available for you over at thenewsjunkie.com.
There was a handful of people on the texting service that chimed in to try and give their examples for what competitions you would have an advantage by being high for.
Okay.
You know,
I'm all ears. I'm not convinced that it could be a performance-enhancing drug, but what do you got for it?
One person says, marijuana definitely helps my performance in the game of golf. I'm able to keep really calm and no more throwing clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be one. The one person says weed helps a player focus better. I've always played better in college when smoking a little weed pregame. And then the rest of them are just hot dog eating contests. Anything competitive eating, being high would give you some sort of advantage. And maybe
the golf thing might be particular to individual athletes or something, but I've always found that marijuana is bad for your like depth perception and things like that personally. So I would think that it would actually, maybe it gives you the focus, maybe helps you out on that level, but somewhere else it ends up hurting you because, like so many other things, you're high.
Yeah.
This is just by the nature of it, you're actually high. All right, in the Power Hour, from here on out, we will open the phone lines. If you have any thoughts on stuff we've talked about so far or stuff we haven't talked about on the show, it's your time. 1-888-443-NEWS, 1-888-443-NEWS with your thoughts in the Power Hour of the show. And with that out there, now that you know, you can ring us up in the Power Hour at 888-443-NEWS. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
people were making fun of me.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
That's a good one. People are making fun of me. All right. Let's see here. I have an update on the Pete Buttigieg thing, which is like, oh my God. I know this had people split a little bit, but I think it's kind of dopey. I said flat out, it should be a very high barrier. Okay. It should be something we take seriously, but it should be a very high barrier to go into somebody's house and question them about their children or, God forbid, take their children away from them. And what we had heard about Pete Buttigieg was, if you don't know who that is, he's the former transportation secretary,
Correct.
I think, for the Biden administration. And him and his husband adopted a baby. And Pete Buttigieg posted a video and said that there was some claim to what DCF, whatever the equivalent is, wherever he is in Michigan, I guess, some claim to the Department of Children and Families where they said, you need to get this child out of this house. The child's being abused. They showed up in the middle of the night and they said, since we can't interview you or the child right now, we're going to take the child away from you, or we're going to make you stay the night away from your own child because of these allegations. And I said that should be a real high bar. There should be evidence of some kind that the person has been abused, whether physically or sexually. And if that is the case, those kids should be taken away from those families. But it should be a high bar, all right? A high bar for that to happen. In this case, the Washington Post has an update on the story. And it says the source of that false allegation against Pete Buttigieg appeared to be mentally unstable, according to the records. His 4-year-old twins were separated from him because they couldn't interview them in the middle of the night.
Now, to be fair, the 4-year-old twins went to their grandparents' house, correct? They weren't actually taken by DCF or any of that.
Yeah. The
but they still were
grandparents-
told that they had to separate themselves from the children.
They were told that they could not spend the night with their own kids. That's what they were told. Officials who separated former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg from his young twins relied on a vague and unsubstantiated allegation from an accuser authorities later deemed possibly, quote, mentally unstable. The records obtained by the Washington Post in an interview with the apparent complaint offered the most detailed account yet of how a false tip led investigators to the home of the country's one of the most prominent Democrats, drawing bipartisan outrage. I said, this is a good indicator of whether or not you're fair about things. Like, this just shouldn't happen. It just should not happen. We should not let some mentally ill person calls and is like, they're talking about planes flying in the sky and UFOs. And then the next thing you know, that person says, oh, yeah, by the way, you, and they point their finger at you, are abusing your child, and there's a problem with this, and you need to investigate immediately. And because of the ranting and ravings of some mentally deranged lunatic, you are separated from your children? Nah. No, that's a hard pass for me. That is, the state should not be getting in between you and your family and your kids unless they have evidence. And a call from some deranged nut job, ain't enough evidence to do that.
Who made this call to believe this?
Who made the call? Oh, I guess whoever was in the state of Michigan is what they said at the Department of Children and Families there. Michigan authorities.
That's
they said
a little
they found
wild.
out afterwards. Yeah.
It seems like it was way too easy, which we said before.
Yeah, the Washington Post has a story about this, and it was a Facebook post. The person said they saw a post on Facebook that said Pete Buttigieg had abused their child, and as a result of that, they would not let him stay the night with his twin children. That seems wrong to me. Okay, let's see here. Juan Wayne. Juan, are you with us? Hello.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, man? Go ahead.
Good, man. Checking in with that jury duty story.
Mhm.
I think that was totally illegitimate. American citizen has American rights at the border or any other country, entering the United States.
Yeah. You think that they shouldn't be charged then with giving a code that the authorities put in the phone and then that destroyed evidence?
No, definitely not, because how do they know what they're looking for? If it's just, you know what I mean? If I just wipe my phone, how do you know what was on there? You don't know. You're just speculating. You're charging me for evidence you don't have or you think might be there.
I mean, it seems to me to set a bad precedent to say, like, look, once we get your phone, you have to tell us the code. And if you give us the self-destruct code, oh, boy, we're going to absolutely freak out and we're going to charge you with that. I agree with you. I agree. I'm sure some people disagree. There's got to be somebody out there. 888-443-NEWS is the number. Here's this video. Is this how dumb kids are, or is this just like bad representation here? This woman is learning to drive with this social media influencer. The social media influencer posts the driving lessons, I guess, online. And he said this person that was learning to drive doesn't know their left from the right, among other things.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I'm confused.
Show me your left foot.
This is my left foot.
Which one?
No, it's not. That's your
left
right.
foot?
I mean, this my. Wait, I'm trying to see which one I right with.
Yes, folks. These are the folks I got to teach how to drive. The ones that still got to think about what hand they right with to understand which is left and right.
This is more common than anybody would ever imagine. The amount of young people that go left or right and hold up their hands to see which one makes an L. All right, that one's my left. Okay. The amount of people who rely on that, higher than you would imagine. Okay. If she doesn't know her left from her right.
Start this from the beginning. New drivers, pay attention. Put on the pedal.
This the pedal, right?
Yes, but what are you doing with the left foot?
Huh?
What you doing with your left foot?
She's trying to drive with her left foot.
That one over there. We only use that right. Move that left one over. You scaring me. Put the right one through the middle of the.
This is too nice of a car to be teaching people how to drive in.
Yeah, a Tesla too, right?
Yeah.
I had to take the test in my mom's Dodge Caravan, for God's sake. So this is already steps above this. But is this fair to be like, look how dumb kids are? Or aren't most kids at 15 learning to drive pretty dopey? I think I was pretty dumb.
I don't know. I mean, Also, is this guy posting videos of all of his students or just the dumbest ones?
Just the dumbest ones, I think. Yeah, she screws up some more.
You ain't drove before?
No.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I mean, that's the point. That's why she's coming to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, this is going to be good for you. Put your big toe through the center of the brake pedal. The brake pedal is to the left. That's the gas pedal. Move your foot to the left. Sweetheart, move the left foot over. We're never putting the
Technically,
left
it's
foot
not a gas
on
pedal.
any of the pedals.
Yeah, true. She could have got him back. She could be, think I'm dumb? You're the one who insinuated there was a gas pedal. That's an electricity pedal. That's what that is.
This one. It's this one, right?
Yes, you keep.
That's what I asked you the first time.
No, yes, but on the left pedal.
She doesn't know left from right, clearly.
Okay, move your feet back. This is the brake.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gas.
That's the gas.
I want you to put your right foot through the center of the brake pedal.
I'm having a problem being angry with her because she's not being rude about it. She's just kind of dopey. Like, she doesn't know her left from her right. Like, she's not saying like, no, that is my left. She's not being like loud, dumb, and wrong. She's not doing that thing, like which I hate. So many people in these viral videos will just be so obviously loud, dumb, and wrong, and just painfully unaware of how wrong they are. But she's not doing that. She's just like, she kind of seems sweet, I guess. She's just wrong. I mean, she doesn't know her left from her right.
That is the gas.
Okay, so this one.
Why do you keep putting your left foot on it? You're not under.
I'm confused.
She doesn't know how to drive, sir.
Which one?
This one.
That's your left foot?
I mean, this my. Wait, I'm trying to see which one I right with. This my left. This my right.
Okay.
Yeah.
She here. Just get in the back.
It's hard to be patient with somebody like this.
He says, get in the back. He just puts her in the back of the car. I agree that we should make sure that kids know their left from their right. Kind of important. Kind of important little piece of info.
Hot take.
I agree that kids should know their left from their right. I think that that's an important thing. But I don't think this is the smoking gun that shows like we're doomed from Gen Z being too stupid. I think this is a 15-year-old kid. Most 15-year-olds are quite dumb. They are. You were too. I was. You know how dumb I was at 15?
I was pretty smart at 15.
I'm
dumber now. I'm dumber now.
You were the only one. When I was 15, I was dumb as a brick. I didn't know anything about the world. I didn't know anything about anything happening in planet Earth. I knew about my favorite TV shows, and that's about it. Right? Like, I did not know many things about, but this is why they shouldn't be able to vote. This is an excellent example of why we definitely don't want 15-year-olds voting.
Well, she can't, 15-year-olds can't vote, so.
I know, but I don't want people bring it up every once in a while. They're like, oh, maybe 16-year-olds, maybe 15-year-olds should be, no. But she went to the class to learn how to drive. The guy was supposed to teach her to drive. I don't necessarily take issue with it. We'll see what you think, though. Send us a dispatch, or, as I said, for the Power Hour, the phone lines are open at 888-443-NEWS if you have some comments. Let's see what else we have here. Obviously, there was this story out of Philadelphia this weekend at this food festival. Amy Caulfield brought this up a little bit. Some of the details, if you missed it.
So we start with an alert. At least 3 people have been killed and 4 others hurt after a shooting at a festival in Seattle.
Thousands of people had gathered there for the annual Bite of Seattle, just a food festival, near the Space Needle when gunshots started ringing out, sending that massive crowd running for cover.
Seattle cops say that a young person is now in custody, but they believe 2 shooters were firing at each other.
Yeah.
And now a manhunt is underway for the second shooter.
So this is something that happens far too often. People be like, did you hear this? A mass shooting in Seattle. And you go, technically, yeah, by certain definitions. But
does it have to be 7?
Yeah,
6?
well, the mass shooting generally, it depends on which organization you're going by, but a lot of times it's more than 3 people shot, right? 3 or more people are shot. They'll consider that a mass shooting. Sometimes it requires more, but usually I think that most of the databases require 3. And people generally think of somebody with nefarious intent going into the food festival and I'll get you all, and just shooting randomly at these people. The problem actually is it looks like a gang battle,
right? Like
2 gang members shooting at each other.
2 dudes fighting each other, and there just happens to be Maybe they're not great shots.
Right.
Now there's innocent bystanders.
Right. And one of my hottest takes, you guys are not going to agree with this, but I have you might call a radical opinion on this. I think that we should utilize taxpayer dollars to offer free target practice for all gang members. Every single gang member out there should get unlimited free target practice so that when they get into a shootout, they don't do what they did in this case, which is injure a bunch of people or kill people fully unrelated to the person that they're trying to shoot. Because they've all watched a bunch of dumbass movies and they hold their guns sideways. They have no idea how to actually fire a weapon. I would rather them
What's
be
wrong with holding the gun sideways, Sean?
I would rather them be incredibly efficient at killing each other. I would rather all the gang members be as efficient as possible with taxpayer dollars, trained to do the best job of killing the other gang members as they possibly can, and not inflict any kind of pain or punishment on the innocent citizens caught in the middle of it. I would be fine with that. I would like them to be just painfully accurate when they shoot all the other drug dealers and criminals and gang members. Because if I could hit a button and zap them all away right now, it would make everybody's life better. And I'd hit the button a couple of times just to ensure that I killed all the gang members. I would probably do that, yes. So that's what I would be for. That's what was at the center of all of this. And because these losers who always do this, they get into a shootout in the middle of a festival, they end up killing 3 people and injuring 4 because none of them know how to shoot a gun to begin with. It's just unbelievable. Anyhow, let me know what you think. Send a dispatch, or as I said, for the Power Hour, the phone lines are open.
There's nothing wrong with holding the gun sideways, Sean.
Yeah, that's some really amateur stuff. You don't hold a gun like this.
It looks cool.
You hold a gun securely. You secure a gun, right? You need to make sure that you're doing your best. And then when you're firing at the other bad guys, hopefully you guys are successful. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to a pick a side that has really exploded online this week. What do you think about it, though? We're going to find out. Plus, an interesting tidbit about the Odyssey movie and this data center story. We'll get that all worked in, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's a couple accidents to look out for on your ride on Apopka Vineland Road at Palm Parkway, Reinhardt Road at County Road 46A, Colonial Drive at Summerlin.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Holding a gun should be like holding a baby. But Sean, sometimes the gang members shoot at SWAT team members too. Well, in my world, if they're like so effective at killing each other, they will all just kill each other and they won't have to kill or attempt to kill the SWAT members. I just want to make them as lethal as possible so they all kill each other and then they stop upending and ruining the lives of countless normal people who just want to exist. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Hello?
Do you want me to throw away your pizza?
Yes, please. No ice cream, no pizza. I deserve to be punished. Stand by.
Mortgage rates have been headed down and are at nearly 3-year lows. So if your mortgage rate has a 7 or 8 in front of it, you should be checking into a refinance immediately. You are paying too much, and that mortgage guy, Don, wants to help you. He does the traditional mortgages. He does refis. He also does commercial and SBA loans.
Oh, shoot, I got to stop that. He's doing a live read right now. Sean Watson's Gang Member Accuracy Academy. Let's just hope they don't kidnap you and demand a ransom from Dylan. True. I got that sticker up, by the way. The Back on a Plane sticker is up for you. Available if you subscribe or gift subs over on thenewsjunkie.com. We got a pick a side coming up in just a second here. I'm going to listen to this real quick if you don't mind. Okay. All right, got it. Folks, how many of you, by a show of hands, saw the video that went viral of the lawyers that were caught making out in New York City on a viral video? How many people saw that? It was this top attorney, and he was caught making out with this woman. And afterwards, I guess it turned out that he was married. And as the video went viral, it's probably caused him some problems. But I bring this to you to ask you the question that will be part of this pick-a-side, without a doubt. And that question is, if you suspect somebody of cheating and you see them out in public, is it okay to record that person and call them out? Because that's what this person did. He thought like, no, they're cheating. This is not their partner. Thank you to the Cruise Boys for the 5 gifted premium subscriptions. Is it okay to videotape people that you think might be cheating? Like, oh, you know what? This looks suspicious. These people are definitely cheating right now. Thank you to 2 tickets to Pound Town for the gifted subscription. Thank you so much. There's Missy with hers right there. Then there's 1 by 817 putting you on the board. Here is Big Tires heading up on the list with 5 gifted subs. Snoop Frog with the 2. Thank you so much for the support. And then just now, the Cruise Boys. Love that name. The Cruise Boys with the 5 gifted subscriptions, premium subscriptions over on thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you. Thank you for the big support. Record at your own risk, you're saying. Just mind your biz. Well, let's see what you think. We'll get into this. We've got to pick a side for you. Stand by.
Benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to Metamucil.com for more details.
I'm Nick Turturro. You probably know me from NYPD Blue, The Longest Yard, or Spike Lee's Black Klansman. And on my new podcast, Delivering Happiness with Nick Turturro, I deliver pizza to a new guest. I've shared a slice with everyone, from Seth Rollins.
What are you doing, my belt?
To Bill Burr.
I don't think I've ever met somebody so exactly out of their mind.
We even have more great guests coming up, including John Turturro.
It's called Happiness.
Delivering Happiness. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Delivering Happiness with Nick Turturro, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Skydiving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
In that Seattle shooting is apparently a 15-year-old. Ain't that great, folks?
Ain't that great? My God, there you go. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, folks, it's time. It's our first pick a side of the week, so settle in. I want to see what your thoughts are. This is exactly what we do around here. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's do a pick a side.
We're going on a ride, yeah. It's time to pick a side, yeah. Don't try to run and hide, yeah. It's time to pick a side.
So proud of you for finally having that.
I was going to say, I don't want to pat myself on the back here, but I finally downloaded the Pick a Side song. Finally did it. This is one that went explosively viral this weekend. And what we see is in the middle of New York City, in one of the parks, there is a man making out with a woman. That's it. Central Park. I could tell because the sign says it right here, C-Lane. Central Park, right? And they're right below the Central Park sign, and there's a man making out with a woman. And this guy decided to videotape confronting them because he thinks that they are cheating. He thinks that they are cheating, that they are, not with their significant others. Turns out, I think he was right about that. I'll give you the details, but here's the interaction.
Get a room.
All right, so he just goes right up to them mid-makeout, puts the camera in their face and goes, "Get a room."
Is this dude hammered?
He's just weird, I think.
Okay.
He's a little weird. But who's in the correct here? Who's on the right side? Pick a side. Your sides are the attorney and the woman who were making out with each other in public, or the man filming them that was under the suspicion that they might be cheating. Is it okay to like film and try to bust somebody that you think is cheating on their partner with somebody in public? Because that's what he's doing. He's like, get a room.
Get a room.
And he's like a top attorney, this guy.
No, there's kids around. No, sorry, there's kids around. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. If you touch me, I have to touch you. Come on,
if you touch me, I have to touch you.
Yeah, it's some dumb kid who filmed this, and he put some music behind it, obviously, and posted this online. But he's like, I'm busting them. Get a room. You're cheating. What are you doing out here?
Get a room. Y'all was making out and his kids. No.
She comes after him, too. All right, so she tries to stop him, too. Now, it turns out, let me bring this story up here because the guy has been named and shamed.
Yeah, it says they're
Cullerton.
Lawyers for OpenAI.
No, is it true?
That's according to Unilad Tech.
Nathaniel Cullerton, I guess, is one of the attorney's names. He's a big-time attorney in New York City. They're calling this getting the Coldplay treatment, which is kind of funny. But it says the two rumored Big Apple lawyers caught on camera sucking face in Central Park have been identified. They are colleagues who work in the same department at a high-profile Manhattan law firm. Nathaniel Cullerton, 45, was caught in a heated smooch fest. You was smooching with everybody. With a much younger Kelsey Borensweg. He's 45. She's 29 years old. A TikTok user filmed the now viral video on Thursday of last week. The legal duo, who work for Wachtel, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz, were making out as the TikToker said, get a room, there's kids around. Eagle-eyed viewers were quick to identify the loved-up pair in the comments section. And they said they confirmed the identity of these folks. Now, I don't know what's happened at home. I can imagine this guy and this woman, if she's in a relationship, have had some pretty uncomfortable conversations. But I think the pick-a-side is like based around, is it okay to record people making out in public?
I think no. I think that's a little creepy, I think, sometimes.
He should not have been just recording this couple because he didn't know that they were cheating. They were. It turns out they were, but he didn't know that was the case.
But did he accuse them of cheating in the video?
He didn't say that.
He was just saying, get a room, you're making out in public and there's kids, which is stupid. Like, making out is not necessarily something that a kid can't see. Right. People make out in movies that are PG-13 all the time. It's not something that you would hide, but the fact that the kid's going up and just filming people and bothering them is kind of obnoxious.
Right. Well, Chaos takes the other side and says, stop hooking up in public. WTF. If you want
these
privacy,
two, I mean, if they're both cheating on their spouses or one of them's cheating or whatever, they probably are not supposed to be doing this because they work together. The making out in public was a very dumb move on their part.
I agree that it was dumb, but why are you filming rando people making out? I don't know that you should be doing that. Because he did not know in that moment who those people were or what else was going on in their lives.
Right.
You're just being obnoxious and filming people. I think that he's a punk who was just filming these folks, and he just happened to get lucky that it was some high-powered attorneys who were cheating on their significant others, or at least the guy was with this 29-year-old fellow employee.
I mean, what's the rest of this guy's profile look like as far as the kinds of videos that he posts? Is he doing this a lot? Or did he just happen to strike gold, finding somebody making out?
His is the TikToker. I'm trying to figure out what the TikToker's name was. I think I might have said it before. Jayguap3, Jayguap3 is his TikTok name. And he got up in their face, and then he said, "Don't touch me," when they were coming at him. They obviously, their response made it clear that something was going on. Like, if somebody's filming you in public and then you're making out, and then you respond by going, "Give me that phone. Stop recording that." That's going to make me suspicious.
3.3 million views on this video for Jay Guap.
You did, man. I feel like he was in the wrong if he was not correct. Well, I don't even think he knew. I actually just think he was in the wrong. I think he was in the wrong for filming the video, but then it just so happened that they were high-profile cheaters, and then nobody's going to defend the cheaters, so we say he was justified. That's what I think people are saying. And everybody's like, don't make out with somebody in public. What if you're making out with your partner in public? Should somebody be able to just film you? Like, oh, no, you're like, I know they can legally. I know I have no expectation of privacy.
Right.
But that doesn't mean somebody's right or wrong, right? Like, it just means whether it's illegal or not.
I mean, there was a time at which I would not make out in public because there would be, depending on where I was, I know people would take pictures of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the case, right? That's definitely the case now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carlos says, don't expose anything sexual in front of kids. Making out's not sexual.
I mean,
I wouldn't consider this to be a sexual
If
thing.
it's like a light makeout, it's not that sexual. If they started, escalating things, then maybe we have a problem here.
If I was making out with Courtney in public and then somebody recorded it and then they released it out there, I would say I should have known there's going to be a listener somewhere and they're going to record. Like, I would put that on myself. But these
I wasn't even talking about
more...
listeners. I was talking about actual just friends of mine and bartenders to be
right.
dicks.
Even worse, the people, right?
100%.
So
when I started hanging out with my wife, we were starting to get a little kissy at a bar once, and somebody we know put up their phone and like they were going to take a picture, and she clapped back with something about him personally that he said, "All right, never mind, putting this in my pocket."
She had some ammunition ready to go.
Yes, she did.
I'm saying this. If this turned out to just be some random regular couple, the guy recording it would be weird. Everybody would be like, "What the hell, dude?"
Yes.
It's a couple like taking a private moment on a bench, even though it's in public. I get it.
Imagine they're a couple that's together that's just normal and not cheating, and this guy's just randomly telling you to get a room. That's obnoxious.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
making out during the day, like when it's sunny out on a park bench,
there's
seems a little weird.
A couple of responses I'm seeing. One is just like, you never make out in public. Well, if I make out in public, it doesn't mean it's not rude to film me. And everybody's else saying a lot of people are saying like it's your right to film them. I'm not talking about whether somebody was legally right to do it. I'm saying, are they morally wrong to do it? So I can film you if you're out in public with your kids. But if I follow you around the whole grocery store and I'm like, yeah, just you and your kids in the grocery store, and I'm just using my right to film you in public right now. That's creepy, right?
Yes.
Shoot. That is creepy and bizarre. I am legally allowed to do it. All right? I'm legally allowed to do it. But it's creepy and bizarre. That's what I'm talking about. He did that to these people, and it just so happened that they were high-profile attorneys and cheaters, and now everybody hates a cheater. Everybody hates a cheater.
Yeah, it says they work in the litigation department, and where did it say? They worked on that Sam Altman case where they were being sued by Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah?
Both work in the litigation department and are thought to have worked on the recent OpenAI lawsuit that saw
Elon might have been behind this.
Sam Altman emerge victorious against Elon Musk.
Elon Musk lost the case and hired some punk to film him. Look at this. This woman has no idea what's happening to her. She's like, oh.
If you see
on.
old Guapo here driving around in a Tesla, you'll know what happened.
She does. When you see this, it's like, oh, yeah, this woman should not have been making out with this guy. There's something that happened here. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
And it was pretty common, I guess, to walk into a Y and see dudes naked.
You're tying your shoes, and other guys are walking around having conversations, and you're at a level, if they're standing and you're
wink,
sitting.
Wink, dong to the dome. It's
That's a Kid Rock
Friday.
song, right? Dong to the dome.
Dong to the dome, to dome, to dome, dong to the dome.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, everybody. Time to wrap it up with one more segment. Big thank you on the way out to our generous gifters today. There's quite a few of them available on the website. I'd encourage you to grab them now. Thank you to the Cruise Boys. Thank you to Snoop Frog. Thank you to Big Tires. Thank you to Wunma. Thank you to Missy. Thank you to 2 tickets to Pound Town. Thank you to DJ Rage. And thank you, of course, to Sun State John. All very generous. I appreciate that. All of the gifted subs are a great way to support the show. It's never too late. You can gift some and get some great exclusive merch on the way out. All right, bless you. Bless you. Thank you for the support. It's now time to rate the show. Let's do it. Let's rate the show. 10 out of 10. It goes over here into the Hall of Fame. We put it over here, no notes needed. 1 out of 10, you know where it goes. The Hall of Shame. The sad corner. Just like that. Rate the show. 10 out of 10, making out cheaters. 10 toilet fountains out of 10. 20 out of 10, what a show. 10 out of 10 of you and your kids in the grocery store. 8 out of 10 people making out, says Dispatch Dan. I'm just saying. That guy probably shouldn't have been filming some randos making out. 9 out of 10 female Blade Runners washing dishes. As it should be, right, in the Blade Runner world. All right, we got that. The pick a sides. 9, not going to stand up because I have a boner lawyers out of 10. You know what? I didn't consider that, but you're not wrong. 8 dumbasses who don't know their left from their right out of 10. Okay. Did I get everything? I did. I got everything in the run-up. For you folks, couple bonus items. 1, Burger King is officially Boomer King. Burger King is offering Boomer King meals that feature throwback toys to remind you of your heyday. All sorts of toys come along with the Boomer meals at Burger King. You want to know what they are? Let me see. Boomer King. Boomer King? All right. They are serving up 80s and 90s nostalgia. The toy that you get in your Boomer King menu meal has something from Charmed, Beverly Hills 90210, Saved by the Bell, or Knight Rider. You can also get Canada Dry. Will be back and available. nostalgia bait for you. Although I would argue none of those toys are actually from boomer times. Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Masino has stepped down after her rebrand ideas sparked a backlash from customers over in their world. And now the Cracker Barrel CEO is gone. Hey, dude. Yeah. It's just like, it's more Gen X. Hey, 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 bro. Okay, finally. What? Why do you gotta make me do this stuff? Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out today. Big show tomorrow on a Share the Show Tuesday. Heavy Metal Cowboy, I agree. It's all Gen X stuff, right? That's Gen Xer stuff. Okay, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. Please hit that like button over on YouTube. Hit the like button on the stream. I can't see how many likes there are, but there should be more. Hit that like button. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Stay gold.
Grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather warned for the Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
And now, a no-frills ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you could save at Progressive.com.
Need a new roof or windows? Visit HBNUSA.com.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Been fun, and we're just getting started. We got a lot ahead of us this week on the show. Make sure you are stepping up and hanging out with us each day. Want to get alerts when the show starts? Want to get alerts when the podcast is posted? Want to get alerts when people message you in TNJ chat? You can do all that with the app. Download the app on thenewsjunkie.com.
Can I send out alerts?
Not a lot of time. Do what?
Can I send out alerts just on the thing?
No.
Why not?
No.
You think a pretty good Coderino would be able to figure that out?
I mean, I can send out alerts.
Wow.
If I go into chat and type at everyone and then send a message, it will send a message to everybody right now who's a subscriber of the alerts. I try to use it only for like the show going live, strategic stuff, those kind of things. But, who knows? We might get wild with it at some point in time. We'll see how it goes. All right. There's a viral data center that sounds like Satan's buzzsaw, they suggested. I don't know if we'll be able to hear this or not, but here's some of the report.
But there are still few local examples of what it's like when they're up and running. One of the most common areas of concern I hear about is the noise that they could emit.
This is a big-ass data center.
One community in southwest Michigan has been exexperiencing the reality of a data center next door for a couple of years now. And they say the sound has changed their lives.
Hyperscale data doisiac something?
No clue.
I want to hear what it sounds like.
And the vacuum is just, that thing needs to be cleaned. Like the filter is clogged up, so it's a high pitch whining, and they just left it on and walked out.
Oh, there it is.
You've seen movies.
Oh, that ain't no good. That's the data center? Hold on.
They just left it on and walked out.
Yeah, no thank you. No. That's a little much right there. All
Dowagiac is the city in Michigan where this is taking place.
Beautiful place, I'm sure. Shouts out to Dowagiac. Keep your Rate My Blanks coming in. Some of you, like, this is your cats being a little filthy, but these are just cat toys. You know, this is not a good Rate My Blank, Rate My Mess edition entry. It's not messy enough. We want more of a mess. This truck is out of control. My work truck? No, that's one food bag.
Oh, please. I've had so much worse.
Messy office, my work truck. Okay, this is a little more messy. You can see all the submissions so far for Rate My Mess. We want to see your home, the hoarder kind of style stuff, your car, the filthiest place that you're at, your workplace. You could win with the filthiest spot at just go to thenewsjunkie.com and send it as a dispatch. All right, Johnny Depp out there on the comeback campaign trail. They just launched a promo for his new movie, Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol. And his whole image rebuilding is seeming to gain more traction.
What is he coming back from?
As the days go on. He had that whole Amber Heard thing, and he ended up coming out on the top of that one.
Yeah.
Lisa G. Thank you to Lisa G, by the way, on the way out. Look at her putting one up. Premium subscription over there. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Today I learned this lady right here.
Taylor Dane.
That's right. There she is. Her concert didn't sell very well, but she's still number 6 in our hearts. Love me some Taylor Dane. Her real name is Leslie Wonderman. I don't know why you needed to know that, but the song's catchy and it'll stick in your head. Here's an earworm for you on the way out. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time.